Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome back to your favorite Thursday night wrestling podcast with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, still hold on to that briefcase so tightly, Yvonne DeBoard, and still the current reigning, defending RSH heavyweight champion of the world, Josh DeBoard. And those of you with the benefit of video podcasts, and you do see another face on the screen, the head of Nerds of Wrestling, Justin Del Rio. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing today? Thank you so much for having me on. I'm super excited to be here.
Hey, man, thanks for coming back to the show. You've actually been on before, so we loved having you before. We love having you back now. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Thursday night.
Of course. I'm ready to go.
Let's do this. But before we do that, real quick, let all of the fools out there know who you are, what you do, and how to find all of your awesome stuff.
I'm Justin Del Rio. You guys can find me on Nerds of Wrestling. For those of you who do follow my stuff, I was on a social media hiatus, if you want to call it that. But I'm back for now. Hopefully things go, smoothly down the line. But yes, I am back. Nerds of Wrestling. Please go follow and join Nerds of Wrestling on Facebook. That's pretty much all I ask. You see my name right there, Nerds of Wrestling. Go join and come talk wrestling with us and have fun.
Awesome. Glad to hear you're back. Always awesome. And let's get right into it. We have so much to talk about. We got WWE, we got Wrestlemania, we got AEW, we have all kinds of stuff. So
I didn't play in any AEW.
Well, Revolution was just fast, but you got to talk about a little bit of it at least.
Let's talk about it.
I don't have to do anything.
All right, Joshua.
Chuck and I will. So
and I'll talk about it too.
He's so bitter.
He is.
I'm not
He's a hater. You are bitter. The comments are going to be lined up here soon.
All right, Josh, we'll start off. Let's get into it here. What we got going on?
We'll start with Friday.
Friday Night SmackDown, The Rock Show.
Not anymore. But
used to be.
I think Roman's already got a good grip on that now. But
he does.
He thinks he does.
A lot of shit happened Friday.
Yeah, it did. Honestly, I don't remember a lot of it. So once you
Ricochet
talk, I'll remember.
Sami Zayn because of Knoxville. Which made me very happy because the Intercontinental title won't be held hostage in this match right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
So, and Ricochet deserves it.
He does, yeah.
I'm hoping for like a multi-man, 6-man like ladder match or some shit for that IC title.
I hope so
I
too.
want to see like Ricochet, Ridge Holland, Sheamus, whoever the fuck else is it being used right now.
Put him on that. Yeah. I
know that Vince mentioned.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard to, but just make it. I know it's like easier said than done, but a lot more things have been done in the past where they could do just a ladder match to open up night one.
Sure. And why not? You got to start big, right?
Yep.
Right.
I do think that Vince mentioned on that podcast last week that he doesn't really listen to the internet fans. I think this is one instance where he did because nobody wanted to see Johnny Knoxville with the IC title.
No.
Can you imagine how many people would be pissed? No, I'm not even imagining the amount of people will be talking so much shit if Sami Zayn lost the title to Johnny freaking Knoxville. And we're not talking about the 24/7 title. No, we're talking about the IC title. That's the prestige title in WWE. And if Johnny Knoxville won it, I would have been pissed. I would have been like, what a freaking joke. This is so stupid. What the hell is going on?
Nope, absolutely.
And luckily, we got saved from that.
Thank God, dude. When I heard Ricochet won, I'm like, oh, hallelujah. Thank God.
So now the question is, though, will he be a paper champion? Was he just somebody to take it off him real quick? Or will he actually hold the title?
I don't know. He's won his last 6 matches.
It's good.
That is good for him.
I mean, that's a good question, Chuck. I don't know. I hope they give him a good title run because that man deserves it. That man's a workhorse. He's putting in the work and he deserves to have a long title reign. But unfortunately, wrestlers like that, they're just like, nope, fuck you. We need the title back. Okay, you're done. Maybe they're probably going to give it back to Sami after WrestleMania, unfortunately. Sure. But
the report is,
I hope he gets a long title run.
The report is it's going to be him, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Big E, and Kofi.
Okay. Yep. I'll take it.
In a ladder match or just like a
it says fatal 5-way.
It's
5, but
at that point, throw a ladder in.
There's no title in. There's no ladder.
I'm trying to think of a 6th person to throw in, but I think that's about That sounds about right.
What up, Boogs?
Gender.
Can we?
No gender. No
and
gender.
Nakamura are apparently going to fight the Usos.
No gender.
That's why they randomly jumped them on SmackDown this week.
That makes
Do
sense.
you remember how much fun the IC ladder match was back at WrestleMania 32 when Zack Ryder won? That was awesome.
Yes,
Let's get another one.
We're doing that WrestleMania in 2 weeks. No, not Zack Ryder. My bad. I'm thinking about the Daniel Bryan one.
Oh, yeah.
I hate Zack Ryder. I don't
33. Oh, 33. What a good show that was. No, 31. Sorry. 31. 31. Oh, that was such a fun show.
I hate Zack Ryder.
Yeah, we're doing that.
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it with you guys.
Hell yeah. Did you watch WrestleMania 20?
I did. Like I watched it like 15 times altogether. I watched it.
I looked at it 5 hours long. It's like,
It was.
It was. It was good.
I mean, when Josh told me I had to watch WrestleMania 20, I was like, I mean, I watched it like 13 times, but sure, I'll watch it again.
Why not?
Why not?
It is. The ending was phenomenal. I mean, I got
good.
teary-eyed. I watched it the other day. I was like, oh man, it's kind of like a sad. It's a sad thing.
Yeah.
Here come the waterworks. Here come the waterworks.
I would have cried then, and then I'm crying now for a different reason, but it's still good. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm bad for that too.
Crazy. What else we got?
This happened. We talked a little bit about this before we went on. This is honestly gonna be really fucking good.
It's gonna be good.
McAfee,
He does.
McAfee's delivered every single time he's been in the ring.
Yeah, you did good with Theory.
And I'll tell you right now, spoiler: McAfee's going over.
Theory.
I think he should. I think he should.
I think he should.
It's not gonna hurt Theory.
I mean,
even though he doesn't have any big wins yet, but like McAfee winning at an event like this with maybe the help of like AJ Hawk, his boys from his show that always appear with him.
There you go.
Happen.
See, now if he beats him clean, I'd be like, I don't know about that. But if it's not clean, then I don't
he
care.
was a punter. He just punt him in the skull.
He already got slapped, so he's already fired up.
I mean, I'm excited. We were talking, Austin Theory, Pat McAfee. It's gonna be a fun match. Both wrestlers very, very good. Austin Theory, obviously one of the best to come out of the indie scene to WWE. But am I happy with the way they're treating Austin Theory? No, because as an independent wrestling fan, I want to see, him get treated better, him, get pushed more. But
okay, let's talk about that for a second. Because you said that, I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily agree with all of that. Because I get the whole gimmick thing because it is kind of a goofy gimmick, and you know more about him than I do from the indies, so I can't verify or attest to that. But he's getting pushed pretty hard, I would say, at this point. I mean, he just had a match with Brock Lesnar, or not? Yeah, he just had at Madison Square Garden.
Well, which is the last guy in the chamber. And he took the F5 and about died.
He about died. Yep.
Do you think it was long overdue for him, or do you think they kind of,
No, long overdue.
Did it right?
I think they would have pushed him earlier if he wouldn't have had that
the stuff that happened.
Because he was at Mania the first year we had COVID. He was like the youngest guy to ever perform there. And then the Speak Out shit came out, so they kind of hit him back in NXT. He was really fucking good down there too with the way. And then as soon as they could call him back up, they did. And here he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
hanging out with Vince.
Yeah,
I think so far so good. But I'm a Pat McAfee dude. Like when they got him, I said it last week. He's the best. He's the biggest signing WWE's had in like the last year. His presence on TV, the audience he brings with him.
He's good at what
he's got the highest rated sports YouTube show in the world.
His color commentary is fantastic.
It is.
He's so good.
Whoever came up with that idea to bring him in is a fucking genius.
I think he just wanted to. Like, he's a go-getter. Like I mentioned before, I used to listen to him on Bob and Tom when he was still a punter. He was all about wrestling. Like, he'd always talk about wrestling on that show. Just like, yeah, bought my own ring. Yeah, fuck it. Like he's all about it. Right. So, and like when he first came to WWE, I'm like, I don't know, he's kind of a loudmouth. I'm not sure he'll fit in. Loud. But he's fitting in just fine.
Yeah, he is loud.
And we learned that Michael Cole is a horrible person.
When he wrestled Adam Cole his first time, like he blew everybody away. Like, damn, he did good. Like he did phenomenal. Like he shut me up because
same.
For a wrestling fan, I don't like when celebrities go into the ring and attempt to do what the wrestlers do and win, but I'll make two exceptions, one being Pat McAfee and the other being Bad Bunny. I mean, my God, Bad Bunny, dude. Like
they still hate on Bad Bunny. I think
Fuck
he was
Bad
the
Bunny.
best thing.
My words exactly. I
I
would
think
say
he
a
had the
word.
best performance
My
of
words.
night one outside of the
He's-
women's main event.
He's bouncy and he can look good when people make him look good. Unlike Pat McAfee's done one-on-one matches.
Exactly.
I don't think Bad
Right.
Bunny.
Hey,
Oh,
you know,
match.
like Pat. I mean, I know Pat McAfee didn't take this move, but he attempted it and he hit it on John Morrison. Homeboy hit a Canadian destroyer. His first time. I read an article where he literally asked John Morrison, I want to do a move where you do a front flip and the other one does the other flip. He's like, oh, Canadian destroyer. And he did it the next night. Morrison literally said, bro, you got to hit that at WrestleMania. The crowd and everyone will go nuts. And homeboy hit a Canadian. And I was like, holy shit. He has my respect.
That's fair.
I had a text that he sent me that I screenshotted that I still
He's
have.
not gonna let you
I don't
let
have
that
it on here no more, but he said night one wasn't too bad. ... Even Bad Bunny. So I still have that in my.
To be fair, I was drunk.
He had to be drunk. That's what I'm
Doesn't
saying.
matter.
The ... He
Look,
was drunk.
if
He was drunk.
you're intoxicated and you knock up a girl,
It does-
she's still pregnant. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
my gosh.
You still sent the text.
That depends on the state lines.
No, it does not.
He
Oh
wasn't
my God.
live sending that. So.
Every now and then I'm just gonna show this.
There you go.
This is how we keep people coming back. Vera's coming.
Like,
Right now
Yeah,
he's
Beer's coming.
coming to Raw.
He's like, yeah.
Hey man, I like the meatballs. They're Swedish.
What the fuck else?
Oh,
Different.
for
So McAfee. So the rest of it, there's a bunch of vignettes by Heyman, Rousey, DeVille, the Raiders, Usos, Ricochet, Sammy.
Luckily, Hulu cuts that shit out when I watch it.
Naomi beat Carmella. Corbin and Moss played cards and got chased away by Drew.
With that sword, right?
With the sword, yeah.
Sword of the dartboard.
He
I don't
did.
know, man.
Chased him with the sword.
I'm over that sword until he actually impales somebody.
I think
I'm
Who I
over-
am.
Put it away. Use it or
I
put it
am.
away.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Drew McIntyre. I
I'm
don't
not
like him.
anymore. I used to. I don't now. His gimmick in the last year, haven't cared
I've
for it at
never
all.
cared for Drew.
It's people
honestly.
like you is why he ain't the champion no more.
Well, get rid of the fucking sword. This is 2022. You're not going to stab anybody. with it.
Grandma died and gave him that sword. Do you fucking respect
Doesn't mean
the
it's
sword?
doesn't mean it's good TV. Get rid of it.
Ooh,
Now we're being hard.
The Usos
ooh,
beat the White
God.
and Sheamus and Rich Holland ambushed Biggie and Kofi, and I think they stole his ATV.
And they destroyed it. Too.
Yeah, and they destroyed it with sledgehammer.
Yep, out in the parking lot. There's a picture on
Wow.
Twitter.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
then Roman Reigns. Actually, is this the promo where he was screaming, "Acknowledge me"?
Yeah.
His promo skills are so
He's
much
gotten
better. than
better.
they used
He's
to be.
gotten a lot better.
His promo 2 weeks ago was really fucking good, where he was like, "This is mine. These announcers are
Oh,
mine.
yeah, Brock was in the
That
ring.
sign is mine."
These commentators
And
brag
then
about me.
to follow this
Yes.
up at Madison Square Garden Saturday night, he beats the fuck out of Brock Lesnar
I'm okay
and
with
leaves him
that.
bloody and has the
Good.
biggest, most viewed clip in that
He did.
WWE history.
Sure, because it involved Brock Lesnar.
And Roman
Gross.
Reigns.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar's been in a lot of clips.
I'll
This
give it to Roman. I'll give it to Roman. Dude, he's earned my respect. He's gotten a lot better. I mean, he was always good. I just hated him as a good guy. Now I
Sure.
love him
Yeah.
as a heel. I mean,
Watch,
I feel like
going to get over as a face.
Yeah, he will.
He's just going to turn face, not even trying to. Watch.
I mean, probably.
Mhm.
who
It
you
is-
talking
I mean,
about now?
Roman.
It did take
Oh, yeah.
8 years to get here.
It doesn't matter.
It took longer than The Rock's entire WWE career to get any kind of reaction
Everybody
out of the
already
guy.
forgot about him. He got reaction.
You're gonna
It
hate
just
on the
wasn't
Rock.
good.
We know where you're going. You're gonna start hating the Rock.
I don't hate Roman Reigns. I honestly do think though that that acknowledge me shit.
Is amazing.
It is. I like
it's
it.
kind of needy, right? Like acknowledge me.
It's supposed to
like
be.
I mean, like if you have to beg for acknowledgement, no one's really acknowledging you, right?
It's a heel thing.
It is.
Damn.
Like you
Shit,
acknowledge,
Chuck.
like you know what I mean? Like if you,
You're making it personal. Like
I'm just saying,
They just need to acknowledge
it's like
him
you don't
and
go to
shut
your
up
wife
with
like
it.
acknowledge me.
it sounds like a needy girlfriend. Like why don't you ever acknowledge me?
You're making it too real.
Wow.
That's what I hear when he says it. I've had needy girlfriend.
Everybody else
needy
acknowledges him
wife.
except Brock. That's the whole thing.
In Mania, he'll learn. So
He's going to beat Brock at Mania.
absolutely
He better. I mean,
I got to
Yeah.
look up the betting odds though, so I can drive back to Indiana and put some money on this.
I
Shit.
have when we get to our WrestleMania, I'll have my closing for that. What I think's gonna
I like it.
happen when we get there.
Yeah, that's
We'll get there.
like 3 weeks away, 4
Well-
weeks away, some shit like that.
Wear my Bloodline shirt and I'll be ready.
All right,
for
before we go to AEW, let's fucking go to Raw, and we'll go back because I knew it was coming. I've been up since 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 2.5 people here who like AEW. I say
Exactly.
I'm half because I don't watch it because I don't have TNT or TBS.
All right, so the best tag match that I've seen so far this year happened Monday night. Who the fuck is RK Bro won the belts back. I didn't think he was going to win.
I don't either.
I thought
Me
Alpha
neither.
Academy was going to retain.
Same. That blew me away.
And KO and Seth.
Good for them.
KO and Seth pretty much had it won.
They did.
And then Riddle kind of stole it. And then KO and Seth were super depressed.
Oh.
Seth's
well.
Twitter is now blacked out.
Oh boy.
So what's that mean?
So that means Cody better be there Monday, or they're gonna have to fucking do something with Seth.
That's what I was thinking too.
The
He's gonna
reports
do
are
something.
Cody's his opponent.
They better do something quickly.
So
How do you feel about Cody?
Josh feels the same way.
right now, Roman Reigns is favored to beat Brock. Bianca's favored
He's
to beat
going to.
Becky. Logan Paul and Miz is favored. Rousey's favored. Zayn's favored. Drew's favored.
Why the fuck do they got to bring in Logan Paul?
Right.
Who the fuck is Logan Paul?
Look, dude,
A YouTuber, I think.
I have no idea who he is outside of WWE.
he's Jake Paul's brother.
Okay.
He's a,
Is he in the Fast and the Furious or
he's a
something?
boxer.
Who?
Who? Question
No, no.
mark.
I don't know.
He's a boxer. He's like one of the biggest boxers.
We
in the
don't
world
watch
right now.
boxing.
I mean, it's not
I don't
1994.
watch boxing either, but I know who people are.
The only
Logan, he's
George
a
Ryan.
joke. I'm sorry. Logan Paul, come on. He's a joke.
Miz
It's
could
a
have found
joke.
a better partner than
I mean,
that.
they have to make the fucking Mysterios interesting somehow.
he gets no reaction. Like if you listen to the crowd, Logan Paul honestly gets no reaction.
Miz could
Like
have
that
found
dude, like he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
him either.
Yeah. I honestly know who he is. Anything outside he's done.
Del
in
Rio,
WWE,
we're trying
I
to get
don't know.
Logan Paul on the podcast. You can't be calling him names like that.
We're not trying to get Logan Paul.
No,
on
we're
the podcast.
not.
Yes, we are.
No.
You can get him. I'll call him POS all I want.
Oh,
I'll
man.
call him this shit live on
It's
the
okay.
on screen.
It's okay. We'll get to
Towards
AW.
the end.
We'll get to AW soon. What else? Oh, so Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are a team now, and they're
Randomly.
They're
I know, it's
also
interesting.
they beat
They're all-
Carmella and Zelina, and they're now in. We have a picture for that.
They're
Wait
added.
for it. Wait for it. Where the fuck is it?
You just had it.
There it is. Bam.
If Liv Morgan does not get a title at WrestleMania, I am going to be pissed.
So do you
Give
think?
her a goddamn title.
I think those titles are
Yeah.
leaving.
I
It's just a
think-
matter of which team takes them.
Sasha Banks is taking him.
She needs to win. She don't
If
have a
the
good winning
goddamn
record.
RSH title comes down to this stupid fucking match,
It's also she's like 0-6 at Mania. She's getting that belt.
Rhea's been getting fucking pushed like no other.
Dude,
I love
has.
her music, dude.
Like
Look at her. She's just
she was
like
that
she's
gauntlet
insane.
match. She got pushed. She looked
She's
good in
killing
the
it.
chamber.
She's insane.
Why is she in the tag team now all of a sudden?
Exactly.
They want to get them on the show.
Just make
Get
put it in
that
the main event.
payday.
Oh, we can't have. Oh, yes, I already have Ronda Rousey and Charlotte.
Well,
in the
yeah,
main event.
she won the Rumble.
God
You
forbid
can't
somebody
make that
else
a-
gets.
Well, you don't
somebody
get
else.
it. You'd put her in the Becky
God
Bianca
forbid.
match,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
but Bianca won her spot. Like both those spots were won. You can't add nobody in.
Oh, speaking of that, why was Becky Lynch in the hospital the other night?
I know.
She got her fucking punch in the throat at a live event.
Was that what happened?
Yeah,
She couldn't even talk, hardly.
And she
Good.
couldn't talk.
Punch in the throat, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad
Bianca
that you
caught
can
her.
talk.
Bianca caught her clean. She was legit in the hospital. Her voice box was bruised.
Bad. She couldn't even talk.
That's all she posted on
Because
the
they've
Twitter.
been doing her, Bianca, and Rhea at all live shows. So, I mean, Rhea's in it. Like they have plans, I think, for Rhea.
Oh,
still,
she's a
but
monster.
Just for now,
She is, yeah.
I don't care people getting added to shit because I want them to get paid for Mania because that payday is like outside of Saudi.
I'm gonna be honest with
That's
you.
their big payday.
I don't care about
Yeah,
their
but
finances
you
at
don't
all.
fucking-
That's nothing to do with me.
You don't respect half the wrestlers. I don't want
Right, Austin Theory just got paid $50,000 for WrestleMania. I mean, good for him. Can I get $50,000 too?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, most of these motherfuckers just cashed in Saudi. 50,000. Talking about millions.
Goldberg.
And millions.
Look, I'm that
I'm
guy shows
glad-
up.
I'm glad-
And billions.
I know. And millions.
All
We
right,
did that
so what
last
else
week at
happened?
Drove You
Omos beat Apollo Crews.
I missed that.
The King thing was stupid.
It was
The
stupid.
24/7
It was a joke.
title we'll ignore. Balor beat Austin Theory when Priest came out and beat the fuck out of him. So I think we're getting Priest versus Demon.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks,
sure.
Yep.
I'd
That'll
definitely-
probably be added.
Do you think the 24/7 title would be very soon?
No.
It should be because
If
it's
it
a
was-
waste of everybody's time.
I just feel like if they're going to get rid of it, they would already have.
That's a fair point too.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
is.
been
I think they
pointless.
think it's a funny fucking. I don't know, dude. When Tozawa when he started making out with Tamina, and
Put
then
him on it, yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's kind of
Hulu cut that part
it's
out.
comedic.
I never saw
Aren't
that.
you lucky?
Anyways, moving
Yeah,
on.
he-
So Edge and AJ Styles.
That's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Edge came out to no music,
I like
and then
it.
basically just like Styles, I need you to step the fuck up. What have you been doing this last
I
year?
mean, he did come out to music though.
no,
Like,
he came out to silence.
He did.
Nothing hit.
on Hulu, he had music.
He came out to black.
That's why I heard that on the internet. But then when I watched, I'm telling you, because that black light hit, And then like that's when his music hit, and then it shut off, and he was sitting there. Like he didn't walk out to music, but he was sitting there. His music was
I
playing.
remember the lights came back on, and he said, "I think you know me."
I heard that. I don't know. Maybe Hulu did it different than like the live.
Probably.
I mean, I pay for Hulu.
Anyway,
I'm not paying for fucking USA Network.
Anyway,
What is
I
this?
think that's not
Fair point.
They've been naming they've been putting these on nights already, like when they advertise them.
Dude, I love seeing the Concerto twice on Sky.
Yeah, nuts.
Loved it.
That match is going to be match of the night for sure.
Oh, both nights. It's gonna be the night of the
You're such a
whole
AJ
show.
Styles
I
hater,
think they've
really.
announced like fucking what night they're going to be on though. Most of these. Lesnar,
It has to be night 2.
night two
Night
for
one.
sure.
Lesnar
Night
Rollins is night 2. Becky, both women's title matches are night 1.
Both of them are.
Both
Yeah,
of- wow, I want you to separate them.
Really? Why are they putting one of them on Sunday?
I'm surprised Rowley's not on
Exactly.
Sunday.
Probably because there's fucking 4 women's matches. You're probably going to get, because you got the tag. I think they're doing a women's battle royal or some shit.
You think that would be on the night one?
I would have
I assume they'll open the show with one and then end
Have
the
that
show.
be the opening. Have that be the opening.
put one
Have
I
the
was
women's
sure
title on
battle royal.
on
I
Sunday.
think
That's
Becky
weird.
and Bianca probably starts Mania that Saturday.
We'll see.
Yeah, so Zayn, they are. Zayn Knoxville's on Sunday. McAfee Theory's on Sunday. Edge and Styles is on Saturday.
Ah, that's probably the main
KO
event then.
show is on Saturday.
I'll get some.
Oh, that's lame.
That is
Um,
weird.
Oh, them ratings, they gotta make Saturday be good enough.
Yeah,
to people
Rousey-
I
watch.
heard.
Rousey and Charlotte, Becky and Bianca are both on Saturday, and Roman and
that's
Brock
so sad.
is
Stupid.
Sunday so far.
You should separate them. Put one on Sunday.
It's weird.
That is weird.
Weird, right?
That's WWE for you.
Yeah, I mean, I understand they're trying to get people to watch it on Saturdays to, to validate the
Hold
two-night
on,
thing.
the Mysterios and Logan Paul's on Saturday.
Thank
Oh,
God. I hope
God.
it's the fucking pre-show. So
I was gonna say that should be the opening for Saturday.
Corbin and McIntyre is Saturday.
Open that. Actually,
if they said
should be
we
open.
don't have celebrities at WrestleMania, Logan Paul's not a fucking celebrity. If he was, I know who he
I mean,
was.
technically he is.
I mean, I don't think
You're
YouTube
just
stars
very-
count as
you're-
celebrities.
You're just very sheltered.
The only celebrity that I know from YouTube is George Ryan. Where the fuck's he at?
No,
He's the best in the world
I
at
don't
what he
even, I don't
does.
even know who the fuck that
I
Yeah,
is.
you
don't- I
should.
don't- I don't-
He's more entertaining than Logan Paul.
I should not.
I don't know who he is.
All right. So was Ciampa on Hulu?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Braun Breaker because Chuck refuses to watch NXT.
He
And then
does.
then
I don't
he-
refuse. I
And
just
then
don't care.
look, he don't watch NXT, and then when they show up on AEW, he, like applauds how great they are when he doesn't even know why they're great.
Adam Cole
He's
was
like,
the
I
only
love
guy.
Adam Cole. He watched like
I always liked that.
he watched like 2 Adam Cole
Dude,
matches.
I liked
Like-
their tag team. I thought Adam Cole was great.
He's like, yeah, they look good on Twitter.
Chuck, what match did you watch from Adam Cole and NXT?
All of them.
all of them.
I watched Pat McAfee.
Okay.
I actually
he said, you know.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know.
And then he goes to AEW, and he's like, what a big loss. Like, you wouldn't know.
So you
Should be
didn't watch?
fair.
You didn't watch his matches with like Ricochet. You didn't watch his matches with like Gargano.
I did watch Gargano. I like Gargano actually quite a bit. So yeah, I would go back and watch them on YouTube. I don't watch NXT like every Wednesday night. I would watch matches that he said were great, and I'll go back and watch them on YouTube. And so I don't remember.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot to keep up with nowadays with wrestling.
Sure,
It is.
Too much.
especially back then when I didn't work at home. Now I work from home, so I can watch it all day long. But back then I had to fucking pick and choose.
And he still doesn't watch it.
He still don't.
No, because
Well, lucky you. We can all work from home.
Champion.
2.0
He's champion.
2.0 is fine. It's really not that bad.
The only thing I'm a fan of 2.0 right now is my boy Carmelo Hayes. That's it. Nothing else. I
Yeah, you
really
got the
love.
chick that sleeps in the ring. I mean, they got some interesting
Wendy
fucking characters
Chu.
down there.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my
You know
life.
how over that's going to be when
I
she
think
gets
that
called up, though? You realize how
Dude.
over that's going to get.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a
yeah.
guy on AEW that puts his goddamn hands in his pockets and kicks people in the
Dude,
knee.
he's awesome.
That got
You used,
over.
you used to like
Dude,
him.
I
Don't
love
go there.
Anything can get over.
I love that dude.
You had his T-shirt.
You don't like Orange Cassidy?
They already-
used
they're-
to.
Of course he doesn't
I
like Orange
used
Cassidy.
to.
He
but
used
they already,
to.
They already
Keyword
wasted.
used to.
Dude, they wasted it.
They
They
did.
completely blew his one big shot.
Now he is.
They
wasted
put him
now.
over Jericho, and then
Been
he's
there.
like on AEW Dark the next 2 weeks. Like,
He
what
is
the
a
fuck are you doing?
He is a
Trying to
joke
build
now.
dark. That's what their goal was.
Well, they turn the lights on.
Then they have to call it light. That's not as
Fucking
catchy.
stupid.
He is
AEW light.
now.
All right, but
AEW,
Braun
he is pretty
Breaker.
bad.
So Braun Breaker's going to be on the main roster by July.
Hopefully he's not a gimp. Doesn't work
I
out.
don't even know what the fuck that means.
Karrion Kross
Braun
character.
Breaker is going to be fine.
Yeah, I like
See,
it.
that's the thing about the new NXT. They're not going to alter the character. What you see on there is what you get when you call up.
Sure.
We'll see.
Breaker was the exact same as he was in NXT Monday.
We'll
I mean, that's
see.
how it used to be with AEW back with Kevin Owens and all the original guys, like from the 2016.
Right. They did it.
See, WWE didn't want those people. They would have just fired them when they fired everybody else. So the people they kept, they have plans for. Which is why I feel like if Ricochet was really like, they don't like him, they don't even know who he is, he'd be gone already.
He
How come
almost
it took
was.
him this long? How come it took him this long to put the IC title on him?
I don't know.
I know.
And I'm not convinced he's going to be a champion for long. I think he might be a paper champion to get the belt off Sami Zayn real quick.
Just a transition champion.
Maybe. I don't know.
Then he's gonna lose it quickly.
But I know it's
to Zayn.
something WWE's got that AEW doesn't.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Far. WWE doesn't have him either.
No, they have.
All we see is coming
They-
soon every
They
week.
say they have him, but we
He's
have no.
Right, Josh. How positive are you that WWE has this man?
My sources confirm that they do have him.
They own that one photo for sure. I give them that.
We
I'll give
see,
them
we
that.
see it every week.
It's
So,
funny.
yeah,
So
they own it.
Meltzer tweets out like it's going to be Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee.
Oh
So I
my God.
subtweeted. I quote tweeted. I think. But I don't fucking know.
I don't know how.
And I was like,
they
the
go.
sources at RSH say it's going to be Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee.
We did. We called it.
And then
theory.
like 28 people like it, 20 people retweet it. Like we actually have sources. Then it happens.
yeah, we
And
all
then
called
I
theory.
quote tweet that, and I'm like, told you, bitch, our sources are actually right.
Yeah, that is.
Meltzer still hasn't blocked us yet. Though,
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But calling shit, we are 1 for 1.
Well, we called
We
it.
called
we
Pat
did.
McAfee
We did.
and Austin Theory.
We
Like,
did.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Definitely better than Vince Russo, bro.
all I was trying to do was troll what Meltzer is. He's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
You guys must have been like, holy shit, guys, it actually worked.
Yeah,
It's
it's
actually
like,
happening.
what else can we
Yeah,
speak?
call your shots, bro.
So what I need to happen now is like Roman's going to beat Brock, and the lights are going to go out, and you're going to see this. And then if I can speak that into existence, this is what you win Mania with, like Veer holding both belts, like
Just walking up.
I'm the next. I'm
Absolutely
next.
not.
I'm
Dude,
next.
I would fucking mark out to that.
I'm
Not even gonna lie.
That is not gonna happen.
It'd be so
don't even
like
think about it.
ridiculously awesome.
Veer's like I'm next. He comes out with Jinder, like now he's mine. Man.
Keep Jinder out of
Don't
there.
hinder Jinder.
But
Keep
he's
them
Hinder.
both away from Roman.
He's worse than Hinder.
Oh my
They're
god.
both awful.
It's
Send
a
them to Raw.
future WWE Hall
He's
of
probably
Famer.
sitting at home getting stoned
WWE
right now.
Hall of Fame, out of your mind.
Jinder will be in the Hall of Fame.
Jinder.
They put worse in.
The Powder Puff Hall of Fame.
Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame. They're gonna put. Don't hate him.
Yo, thank
You know,
God.
he made Randy Orton his
Let's
bitch.
not go there. Yeah,
He made Randy. Hey, Cruzy shows up just in time for AEW. And
he has the timing.
Del Rio, this is the guy that was agreeing with you in the comments
He
all
was.
last episode.
He was.
He's a big AEW fan.
Yeah, he went hashtag RSH,
Hey.
hashtag Nerds of Wrestling.
Hey, there you go.
He did.
My man.
You guys are hating on Josh.
Hey, I
last
still
week.
remember how to block people in the comments.
I was hating Josh like crazy last week.
Oh, dude, I had to block some dude trying to sell.
Most people do.
Back when I did my sports podcast, I had to block some dude trying to sell nude pictures in the comments. I was like,
Oh,
dude, stop.
I mean, if he gives you a cut, I'll let it happen. You know, you get that.
He didn't get
As soon as Josh
Yeah,
says
yeah, boot him then.
AEW, the hate
All
squad
right,
starts coming.
I would have pictures for AEW Revolution, but they don't matter, and I had other.
Wow.
So-
you are so.
We
All
don't
right,
need
what the
pictures.
fuck happened? Because Del Rio, I'm sure you paid $186 to watch this because you have.
It was
pictures-
$20.
You have pictures of all these people.
I paid
What
50.
about-
Thanks for first of all. Huh?
Granted, I didn't watch it live, but I did see some
That
matches.
shit's
I
more than
didn't either.
$20.
I think this past one was only $20. That's what I heard. How
No,
much was it?
50.
No, fuck
50?
that. Yeah,
Nah,
see,
we
I didn't
were
buy
wrong.
that. I heard it was 20.
I bet Hook versus QT Marshall was great.
Yeah.
Where the hell was the 20?
Right.
Severe.
What did Hook do at
Oh,
Revolution?
shit, here's Cruzy.
Uh-oh.
To
Tell
be
him,
fair.
Cruzy.
I don't hate.
Get him, Cruzy. He does. As soon as Josh says
All right, I don't even know
AEW,
what
the
to
hate
talk about with
starts.
it. I've seen some shit on Twitter about
All right,
it.
well, let's talk
The,
about what about Adam Cole versus Adam Page? Because that one match, I wish it would have went the other way.
I do
You know.
too.
So, what do you guys think about that match?
Adam Cole's time will come.
Sure.
I mean, it's his first time, going after the title. So I mean, I kind of knew it wasn't gonna happen that night, but it'll probably happen at the next pay-per-view, I feel. Because
Sure.
AEW doesn't have, 15, 20 pay-per-views a year. WWE.
Four,
They
right?
just have 4. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
That's
Just
it.
4. Enough time to build the storylines, enough time to build the feuds, enough time to build matches up.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Now, let's talk about the best match of the night, CM Punk versus MJF, because that was fucking phenomenal.
That was a good one.
Excellent. I marked out when Punk came out to his ROH music. I lost it. I feel like everybody and their moms lost it who have watched CM Punk in ROH and know what that song was. And
Sure.
he came out to his attire too, which he
Same
wore in his dog collar match. I forgot who he wrestled in the dog collar match in ROH, but that was the same exact attire he wore at the time he fought in the dog collar.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was really, really cool because I didn't watch a lot of Ring of Honor. I've seen it here and there, but when I was in college, sure. And I was in college, a buddy of mine lent me a DVD that he had. It was about the CM Punk Raven feud from Ring of Honor.
Yep.
And so I remember watching that DVD thinking, oh my God, this is fucking legit. So if it wasn't for that DVD, I would not have realized it was the same music.
He fought
Right.
Raven.
But I realized I watched that.
Raven.
That's what I said.
No, dog collar match. He fought Raven in Ring of Honor.
Oh, well, there you go. That goes along
Yeah.
with the fucking DVD that he let me.
Right.
But,
Yeah. That's I forgot who he wrestled in ROH, but yeah, I know. Yep.
So like that DVD, I remember this watching. So like, I remember that music. I remember how he did that shit. I saw that dog collar match with Raven via that DVD.
All right, dude.
And it was really cool to see.
Do they really call that the brass ring?
What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, they do.
They did.
Like, leave Vince's fucking term alone. Like,
I mean, they're pushing their.
that
now
is
they're
a
pushing.
that is not a fucking general term. That is something Vince has said for 20. Grab the brass ring. Now,
Sure.
now AEW has a match. God damn it.
I think
Now
that's
they're pushing Wardlow
They are
to
pushing him big
to
time.
be a big star. He turned on MJF,
His heel turn was pretty sweet.
It was good.
which
Wardlow might be
I
the one I like.
That's
I
fair.
like it. I like the heel turn. It wasn't like a vicious heel turn. It wasn't him attacking and beating the shit out of MJF. It was just here's the ring, and then he just
I
turned
thought
around.
the ring was a nice touch because that's how he's won so many matches. It's like Wardlow handing him that ring.
Yeah.
Right.
So for that to be how he turns, I thought was a pretty. They have a.
I thought you said you didn't watch it.
Exactly.
I watched Twitter. I didn't pay that shit.
Well, I watched it on YouTube, bro.
It was 50.
50.
Why paying 50 for it?
You might watch it in general.
Yeah, Wardlow is, like John says, Wardlow is getting pretty fucking
He is.
over.
Wardlow
absolutely.
will be.
He's gonna be huge.
He should. I think they waited. I have to go back to the Adam Cole thing real quick. Do you think AEW is waiting for him to get taller to put the belt on him?
No.
Oh my
Now, if he was in the
Okay.
main roster, you loved Adam Cole back.
I
in
know
the
you
day.
did.
Well,
You
he was
loved
going to
it.
be Keith Lee's manager, but then
You
he
loved
realized
Keith
Keith
Lee,
Lee's
too.
a thief and stole his
Oh
name.
my gosh.
And his music.
And
Because
Adam-
that's
yeah,
his name,
yeah,
bro.
So Adam Cole was like,
You
yeah.
loved Keith Lee.
I don't
You loved
hang out with
Adam
thieves.
Cole. Now they're both thieves.
He would have been Adam Ball, baby.
Keith Lee, listen, Keith Lee did not take his name from WWE.
didn't.
I don't know why you were saying that last week. Keith Lee has been Keith Lee in the Indies. I'm watching and hearing you talk. I'm like, is he serious? Like, bro, I can show you 15 matches of Keith Lee versus whoever in the Indies.
Bruce, you don't know me. I never liked Keith.
Cruzy, he did love Keith Lee. I know him.
What I was surprised about, I didn't realize this until last night. I didn't know the Hardy Boys theme is free. It's like open music. I thought WWE
They
owned
stole
that
the
shit.
Hardy Boys name too.
Jeff came out to it. No, it's not. Apparently,
They
it's
really
not.
should spell Tony.
It's
Khan,
not WWE
C-O-N-N.
owned, which I
See,
thought it was.
I didn't know that either. I was watching AEW last night. I'm like, oh crap, he's using WWE's music, and I come to find out, like, no, they could use it.
I watched his intro this morning and I was like, oh my God, how is he using that? Like, I
Right.
understand CM Punk, but I don't understand that. So,
Right.
Jeff Hardy gets his old entrance music back.
because it's not WWE's.
No,
they didn't own it.
WWE gives him that no more word shit back.
Yep.
So then he gets drunk, runs away in a live event.
He had a
goes back
concussion.
to
He
AEW.
wasn't drunk. He had a
He
concussion.
had a concussion.
So he runs to AEW to hang out with Matt.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
why
you're
would-
talking mad shit, bro.
That's his brother, bro.
I mean, I love WrestleMania 21, but not in 2022.
That wasn't 21. That would have been WrestleMania.
When the
Yeah, like 30. It'd been 30 something.
The Hardys were just mad they were like the least relevant team out of those three.
Oh,
I don't think that's true. I think the Dudleys are more irrelevant.
No, I think the Dudleys were the best team out of
No,
those three.
no, Edge and Christian's the best. Followed
No,
by the
they
Hardys.
weren't.
Followed
Edge
by
and
the
Christian's
Dudleys.
the
No,
best.
that's-
I agree.
that's not
Edge and
true.
Christian were the best. Edge and Christian
Yeah,
were
they are the
100% the best.
Hardys are my favorite, but overall,
You
Edge and
got
Christian
three.
are the best.
You got three
You're
against
biased.
one.
No, I'm not
You're
biased.
right.
I'm saying Edge and Christian were the best. If I was biased, I'd say Hardys were the best.
I also want to
John Cena and David Otunga.
want to talk about Eddie Kingston versus Jericho. Awesome match. They opened up the show. Jericho put Kingston over. He made Jericho tap out. I mean, and that's something you don't see all the time. Jericho tapping out. So that was pretty cool to see.
Dude, let's talk about Jericho's body too, not in that way, but like he got ripped again. Like
He did.
he got made fun of for his bod for a while there. Now look at him. He got
He had a
like,
dad bod. Dude has like
Yeah,
a
about to say
6-pack
the
now.
dad. Yep.
I was like, Jesus, guy, like, didn't you just have like a beer belly like 2 months ago?
He did. It's nuts. He's looking good. Like I give props to Jericho. The dude's a busy man. Put
Yeah.
over Kingston, and he got re-ripped because probably people are making fun of him for it. But like,
Mhm.
dude, it's crazy.
He hurt him.
Somebody was talking shit about Jericho on Twitter, and they're like, he never puts anybody over. I'm like, he just put Kingston over. Are you not watching the pay-per-view? Like, are you serious? He just put him over.
Fandango at WrestleMania. He does put people over.
He what?
He lost to Fandango at WrestleMania.
He did?
I heard he was pissed about that. I heard he did not want to put him over.
Man,
I saw like WrestleMania, and
I agree with that too.
and he did beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania. That one he should have put Styles over. I think.
that
Absolutely.
one, yes. I feel like he
Oh,
should have beat Fandango, and then Jericho should have won at 32. I mean, no, excuse me. Styles should have won at 32. My bad.
I get
Should
you.
have, I agree.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, and that's one of those things. I don't think because that was when AJ Styles was still pretty new and Vince didn't understand
Right.
who Styles was. But come on, man, it's AJ Styles.
The phenomenal.
Even with him being in WWE that long, that still doesn't matter. It's AJ Styles. It's like he's okay.
Everybody loves AJ Styles. You kidding me?
I do not love him.
Ooh, his matchup with that Mania is gonna be fucking phenomenal.
His matchups
You're just jealous of you're not phenomenal like him.
I mean, that match is seriously. I think that's what the most people are most excited for
I mean-
is Edge and Styles.
I mean, I'm jealous that I'm not as phenomenal as he is. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we all are.
I wish I had hair like AJ Styles.
We know Josh is jealous.
I'm not jealous. My title reign's been longer than all his combined, and longer than Roman.
Don't get carried away about Roman. Don't
Dude,
get
I've had
started.
this.
God.
Look, I've had this for so long.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've even damaged
have.
it.
Look, I didn't even
You
get
damaged it?
Look at it.
Look
It
at that
has
champion
marks.
damages
I've
his
had
own
this
belts.
663 days.
Unbelievable.
He
I didn't-
does.
and look, I didn't have to steal it, Keith Lee. I won this.
Oh my God, bro, you are damn guy.
He's a hater
Wait till
in
I meet
general.
Keith Lee. I'm like, bro, why'd you
Still get
steal
to deal with
why'd
every
you
week.
steal your
Every
name?
week.
Every
Like,
week.
Every goddamn
You
week.
couldn't just change your name?
It's his name.
Like Lee Keith.
It's his
Get
name.
that away from
Like-
me, white man.
I mean, like,
It's-
if I leave this show, I'm still using Chuck Winchester because that's my fucking name.
Right.
As soon as Josh says AEW,
Vince was like, you're Keith
he
Lee.
explodes.
Vince didn't care enough to fucking buy that name, did he? So
Vince did not give him that name.
he didn't give a shit about that name.
And quit showing this guy's picture.
He's coming.
He'll
I
be,
don't care.
I guarantee you we'll see Veer Mahan in AEW before we do in WWE at this point.
They'll be showing that same
Veer
picture.
would be the biggest signing they've ever had.
AEW can promote that same picture, but with their words.
All right, so real quick before we move on
What
to the
else
next
happened?
thing, I want to know. I don't want to know. Jesus Christ! I want to know why John Cruzy doesn't like the way that the Jericho match finished. Why was that the wrong move for him to tap out? I thought it was
I
great.
mean, I thought it was great. A lot of people weren't fans of the move that Kingston used. Don't ask me what move he used. I just know that he made Jericho tap out. Maybe John Cruz could look it up. Maybe he could answer that question. But I was a fan overall. I was a big fan of the match. I loved how, like I said, Jericho tapped out, and you do not see Jericho tap out at all often.
No, you don't.
Usually he's the
Even
one
in
tapping
WWE. Like, when was the last time you saw Jericho tap out? Like, I don't remember seeing him tap out much in WWE.
WrestleMania 2016. He tapped out to Chris Benoit. I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
You sure it was 2016?
Yep, not 2016. That's not right. WrestleMania
That's not right.
16. WrestleMania 2000.
All right, so he's tapped out 10 times.
He tapped out to the crossface. I just watched it yesterday.
Oh, you're looking it up. Okay.
All right, all right.
Dude, he tapped out the William Regal in 2001. Kurt Angle,
Well, everybody stepped up to Kurt Angle,
The Rock,
Josh,
but
is
not
that-
Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 20.
tapped out to Ric Flair
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
John
That's
Cena.
embarrassing.
twice.
No, that's TFU's gonna get you.
The Undertaker put him in Hell's Gate.
Yeah, that'll get you too.
See him?
Punk,
Punk.
That's fine.
Braun Strowman,
Yeah,
Boy,
What
and
that-
Cesaro.
Cesaro's number one.
that's fair as
Yeah.
well. I'll
That's
get
it.
it.
So what is that? Like eight times he tapped out?
10.
Jeez.
So
10.
Kingston's 11.
Out of a 20+ year career, that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good, yeah. Pretty
And
good.
I just really want to discuss really quick, before we move on to the next topic, Moxley and Bryan. Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
What a banger! What a match! And William Regal coming out at the end. I lost my mind. I lost it. I was like, holy shit! Nobody would have even guessed William Regal was signed with AEW. I wouldn't. I didn't. I thought that man would be done. I thought he'll just take indie bookings like me and Greece. Now he's on AEW.
I gotta say, I'm pretty sure I saw on the show he's going to go to AEW. Sure enough, that was weeks ago. But I was like, I think we'll see him in AEW.
There he is.
Sure enough,
There he
I
is.
remember saying that. Like we'll
I
see him
mean,
in AEW.
WWE let somebody go, them showing up in AEW.
Well,
it's pretty much a guarantee.
Regal
at
is
some point.
one that matters. You know,
Yeah,
Regal's a good
Regal's-
one. Not
he's
for
a-
his on-screen
mean-
appearance,
I
but for
mean-
his mind.
Yeah, he's a good one to have down there.
Okay.
I mean, last night they wrestled. Moxley and Bryan wrestled.
He didn't
He
build.
built
Triple
an
no, he did
Triple
not.
H.
Triple H built in
with
NXT.
William Regal.
He was the GM character.
No, he was a backstage. Unbelievable.
Look,
Anyway,
Oh, where's the Big Show? Where's Mark Henry? How many more fucking backstage people do they need?
sure. Well, those were just
What have
names
they
to
been
get
doing?
people to view
Mark
in.
Henry got signed to scream, "Welcome to Rampage!
It's
Our
main
main
event."
event time."
Sure, he wasn't scheduled. He wasn't hired to be a wrestler, so that's fine.
I
When
mean,
he was hired to be a commentator, got kicked from the booth because he was terrible
Well,
at
he
it.
sucks
Now
at
he
it.
says
No,
one line.
You learn from your mistakes.
Well,
Regal is a mistake that WB shouldn't have made. He's
AW is a
phenomenal.
mistake Tony Khan shouldn't have made.
don't
I
think it's
gotta
true.
ask. Can we just ask really quick, or like, do we need like 2 hours to talk about why Josh hates AEW so much?
Exactly. You can't even give him credit where it's
Because
due.
it's not
You can't.
WWE.
That's
No.
not true.
That's not true.
I
Well,
watched
To be fair, he tried. He did give it a solid
I tried
effort.
to watch AEW, and then I was like, okay, I can't do it anymore. It's like every week, it's like surprise. Then it's like, oh, I saw him wrestle in WWE 2 months ago.
Sure. So because WWE fires people, should that mean they just shouldn't work anymore, or should they try to get hired somewhere
I just
else?
feel like AEW could work harder on their own people and quit flooding their shit with WWE
Oh,
people.
I agree with that to a point.
Yeah.
Like
I
feel
do
like
too. I mean,
they have plenty of talent that they can use. Like, why is it necessary that? Like, I agree. I don't think Adam Cole should have won, but like,
I wanted him to.
What do I-
he'll win. He'll get his time, but not yet. Not now.
I mean,
He'll
I
get
think
it.
that they'll have that love fest feud with him and his dudes against Omega and the Bucks. at
Bucks,
some
that's
point.
what's gonna
And then
happen.
eventually
Yeah.
he'll get the belt after
Dude,
that.
I do hate the Bucks. That's one thing. That's my biggest complaint with AEW is that fun shit. I hate fucking the Bucks and I hate Omega when they're together
Yeah.
because I hate the goofy shit that they
I just
do.
can't get into it.
Young Bucks are annoying.
I don't know.
They
for-
are.
They really
As
are.
shitty as WWE's booking is, sometimes theirs just kind of irritates me too.
Sure, I get that. I mean, I'm not saying AEW is perfect because, like I said, the Young Buck shit. Every time I see them on screen, I want to kill myself.
Oh no,
So-
no wrestling promotion is perfect right now. Every AEW even has their flaws, and WWE has their flaws, but it's what people like. And I'm a massive fan of AEW. I love it. I've seen half the freaking roster wrestle in person in Connecticut, and I met like at least
Like,
65.
half of them, yeah.
I met half of them. I met the private party like 5 years ago. I seen them wrestle like 20 times in Connecticut.
That's favorite.
I met Darby Allin like 30 times. And
Oh,
also,
wow.
let me tell you something. About the private party. People were
Oh.
saying they're a knockoff of the Street Profits. And I quoted everybody. They had that gimmick since 2013. So shut the fuck up.
Well, to be fair, Chuck calls the Street Profits private party on accident.
On
all the
accident.
fucking
And
time.
I
Are we talking about the beer? Those what are their names? Street Profit. I seriously, I'm talking about the Street Profits. I say, oh, you know, then we got Private Party over here. Totally an accident.
I defend all these wrestlers. Like I defend, JD Drake. Like someone was talking shit about JD Drake. I'm like, watch your mouth. That's a legend you're talking about right there. I've seen him wrestle in, Maine before. I've seen the private party, like I said, Darby, Adam,
Sure.
half of
Well,
them. So
You have a personal investment, is what you're saying.
Right,
with
exactly.
these guys.
you know,
don't.
so I'm like,
we know. We know.
So I
All
get
that,
that.
I know is when AW came around, I told you guys like it's going to be WWE bashing, and everybody's going to hate on WWE because there's that new shiny car, and
Well-
it's going to take 3 years, and then everybody's going to like calm down a little bit. We're almost there.
Nah.
I'm sorry to cut you off. And there's one person who I'll defend NXT, and that's Carmelo Hayes. Because I knew Carmelo Hayes way before he was him. He was Christian Casanova. I've seen him. I talked to him. I interviewed him.
That's awesome.
Seen him a countless amount of times. So if people talk shit about Carmelo Hayes, I'll go watch your fucking mouth.
Right.
Don't
That's how
don't
we-
talk about my boy.
Yeah, I get that. Absolutely. I
That's
follow
like you said. Right. And you have like a personal investment with them. I have a personal investment with all these wrestlers who I've met and seen and invested my time with every month going to these shows. So that's just me, man.
I get that, man.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. It makes sense. And I think AW is good. It has its flaws, like we've talked about.
Right.
Like I'll
Right.
bitch about all their stuff. But at the same time, I bitch about
There-
WWE stuff too.
There's just
Yep.
a couple, like the ratings thing.
Well,
with,
that I can't stand.
Like that wasn't a thing until AEW. Like, and I guess it's not their fault. Like Meltzer, who's like on the payroll somewhere. That Alvarez and all these fucking
Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez is like whatever. I'm like whatever, bro.
The internet got so much more toxic when AEW became a thing.
The problem is everybody on the internet thinks they're businessmen, and none of us are. So we should all just shut the fuck up and watch the show as it is, and not worry about that.
I called
stuff.
Austin Theory and Pat McAfee. My source says
you did get that right. You did.
We all called that.
I'm going to do that in the NFL free agency. I'm just like, yeah, this person's going to sign there. Then when it happens, we'll tweet out like, got him. Fuck you, Adam Schefter.
Hey,
call my shot.
RSH called it, not just you. We all called it.
No, I turn it on TV and I fall asleep. So that's usually what I put on before I go to bed.
Exactly.
I put on like a women's wrestling match, and then after three botches, I'm out.
What is up with you, man? You don't like women's wrestling either?
Not AEW. I follow this account on Twitter called AEW Botches. I find it very entertaining.
Of course you did.
To be fair, WWE has botches too.
Listen, I know, don't even fucking start, but I did see Darby like completely miss the guy at Revolution and like roll over, and even the ref looked at him like, I got to count this shit. And then he won. I just find it funny.
Remember that one time when Roman
all
Reigns
that I've
couldn't
heard from
uncuff his handcuff?
AEW became a thing. All I hear is like, it's so much better. The booking's going to be so much better. Now they're creating fake awards like Tony Khan's Booker of the Year, Kenny Omega's Wrestler of the Year. WWE people ain't even on the list of winners. It's like, I wonder whose awards these are. It's like, it's Meltzer's. Oh, no shit. WWE didn't win. Roman Reigns ain't Superstar of the Year. Kenny is.
Well,
are you fucking kidding
Meltzer
me?
still wears like skinny cut jeans, so like his opinion doesn't matter.
Maria, I know you love Britt Baker.
I was just about to ask.
She's female wrestler of the year.
She deserves it.
She ain't even the best wrestler on the roster.
She's the best.
I mean,
she's not. Thunder Rosa's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Match she's famous for, she didn't even win.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Yeah, Britt Baker won that lights out match, and if I remember that correctly, yeah, Britt Baker beat her at Revolution.
They don't botch anything.
Because WWE doesn't botch anything. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do, John.
That's Scroozy being a smart ass.
I was gonna say, you don't watch wrestling if you've never seen a single botch before. But Britt Baker now has to wrestle Thunder Rosa next week in a steel cage match.
Okay.
In Thunder Rosa's hometown. Thunder Rosa's going over.
She has to go over.
She's winning. No, she's winning. If Britt wins, I'll go, okay. I mean, I love Britt, but like, drop the title now. Give it to Thunder Rosa. And again, Britt Baker, I love her. That's my girl. I love Britt Baker.
She's my favorite female wrestler.
I see her with pictures of you, and the pictures I have with women are normally when I Photoshop my head onto somebody else. But that's not the point.
Yeah, no, someone did that to my picture of me and Peyton List from Cobra Kai. I was like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Well, that's weird.
Weird.
Yeah, Britt Baker's my favorite Del Rio on AEW.
Yeah, I love her. I love her, dude. I've been It's funny because, like, quick story. When I first met her, and keep in mind, I've been waiting to meet Britt Baker for 3-4 years. And when I finally met her, I was shaking in my hotel room. Like, bro, like, I'm finally meeting Britt Baker today. Like, holy shit, it's happening.
Wait a minute. Is that the hand that was shaking? And where was that when it was shaking?
Huh? It was like shake. No, like I was talking to her like, Jesus. All right. And I met her. Now finally I'm at the, at the convention, waiting to meet her. I'm first in line, of course. She finally comes out. I talk to her. My friends were like, you weren't that bad. Like, we thought you were gonna be like fangirling. I'm like, I wasn't that bad. I couldn't talk to her, bro. Right. I was like, I've been waiting for forever to meet you. Holy shit, this is, oh my god, so cool to meet you. Yeah. I couldn't even talk, bro.
Dude, that's the kind of passion I would have. There's only one person I'd have that kind of passion for to meet in real life, and it's you guys don't even know who he is. Tom Welling. I'd freak out.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I met Tom Welling.
Oh, fuck you. All right. Fuck out of here. He's gone. And
that did it.
Oh, he's back.
Wait. Oh my god, I'll tell you the story. No. I'm cracking up. 2018, Rhode Island Comic Con. Tom Welling was there, obviously for Smallville and whatever else.
Smallville, that's it.
Right. So I wasn't a fan of Smallville. My friend was, but 2018.
Damn, Smallville, you fucking
hold on. Listen, I went to talk to him, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm not a fan of Smallville, but I remember you in Cheaper by the Dozen," and he was telling me a story. So hold on.
Cheaper by the dozen. The remake.
That's a good movie.
That's not.
He was telling me a story. He goes, "Oh, bro, let me tell you, that movie was so easy to film, man. You know, since it was like a bunch of kids, we were done by 8 o'clock at night. All of us just went out and partied after."
He had 3 lines in the entire movie. Like he was just one of the dozen.
I love how he said, no one's gonna know who I met Tom Holland before. I didn't even think it was a big deal. Yeah, no, I met him like 3 years ago.
It's not.
I would literally there'd be problems. Like, dude, I watched that shit day 1, 2001, October 8th, whatever date it was. It was a Tuesday. Watched it from day 1 up until the end.
Did you watch Euphoria yet?
No.
God damn it.
Stephen Amell just got booked at Rhode Island Comic Con, so I'll be meeting him this year. So
that's pretty cool. I like Arrow. Great show. I still watch that shit. But Tom Mullen's my boy.
So if Cody comes back to WWE, does that mean Stephen Amell starts making special appearances for them again?
That's actually pretty cool when he did wrestle. I thought that was really neat.
Pretty cool.
Listen, did you guys watch his show on Stars?
I love that. Heel. Yeah,
oh
absolutely.
my god, excellent! And they just started filming season 2, so I'm very, very excited for season 2 to come out. I cannot wait. I loved it. I thought it was excellent show.
Good. I agree. Yeah. It hit everything just right. I think it's enough drama. It didn't overcut it with wrestling. It was a perfect mix of like drama and wrestling.
Right.
And it's realistic too. Like
absolutely.
And you get celebrities. You get Mick Foley in there. You get CM Punk in there. It's a great show. Loved it.
And there was obviously lines in that movie where they were saying like a lot of they were referencing a lot of wrestling to the show, like to non-wrestling fans, like kayfabe or going over.
Sure.
X, Y, and Z. Like, what the hell is kayfabe? They had to explain. Don't break character. What the hell is going over? Oh, you're gonna win tonight. That's what it means.
That's a good point. It's for everybody. It's not just one audience. Everybody can like the show.
As a wrestling fan, you're like kayfabe. Don't break character. That's what it means.
That's right. You feel like you're in the know when you're watching it.
You're like, oh, going over. Oh shit, he's winning tonight. How do you know what that means? Everyone knows. Oh yeah, you don't watch wrestling. That's why you don't know what it means.
It was awesome. I like the backstage stuff a lot too. Like just seeing how they acted on, in the ring, and then they go backstage and be completely different.
It was awesome. Like you go to a wrestling show, because you go to a wrestling show, you see them wrestle, but in the backstage, like that, completely different. Like you don't know what's going on backstage. Sure. So no, it was excellent. No, excellent show. I can't wait for season 2. I'm really happy they got picked up for season 2.
Yep, I agree. And I was really worried because I've watched Arrow from day 1 too, so I was really worried I couldn't disconnect Stephen Amell from the Green Arrow.
Right.
Issue. He did so good. Not even the same person.
Fantastic.
Good.
I'm really excited. I don't know when it drops, but I know it drops sometime this year.
Sure.
And season 1 ended off on a cliffhanger. Like, I obviously I don't want to spoil it for everybody. I was so happy for this individual. I'm not gonna say what happened, but I was very happy for this person because this person got pushed to the moon. I was like, hey, good for that person. That was cool. That was cool to see.
All right,
you didn't even see it.
Are you gonna be nice about it?
2 more AW things.
All right, 2 more AW things.
Let's go.
RSH is taking complete credit for them having a black champion.
he did say
we
this
talked
too.
about it last week. We called them out for not having a black champion, and boom, Scorpio Sky's champion. Yep. So AEW, you're welcome. We booked that match.
You're welcome.
2. All right. What went wrong with Cody, and what is your opinion on where he should go and what the fuck's going on with him now? Reports are WWE wants him Monday because they're in Jacksonville, which is where he's located, and they want to do him and Seth, but it's been really low key.
I'm not sure he's coming to WWE at this point.
If he goes to WWE, Cody, I'm sorry, bro. You're a cool dude. I love you to death, but you'll be fucking stupid to go back to WWE after the way they treated you 5-6 years ago. Don't go back there. Please don't go back there. Please, I'm begging you.
What are you calling the worst match of the year?
I know.
He said, I think he's calling the worst match of the year, the main event last night, and I hope you're being sarcastic because that was a banger. I thought that match was excellent.
What match would he be referring to? I didn't watch last night.
The main event?
Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky.
Yeah,
Sammy Guevara hit his 630 and went through a table.
Look, you're gonna hate on Ricochet. Is Scorpio Sky not dropping the belt to Wardlow?
No, I don't think so. Here's why.
MJF's gonna interfere.
Yeah, MJF's gonna interfere.
He's gonna interfere. Yeah.
Oh, he's 100%. He's doubling down. He said terrible.
No, I don't know. Group chat. He was bitching.
Oh yeah, they signed a UFC fighter. Start bashing him. A UFC fighter came out in AEW. Do the same shit you do when WWE does it.
Fuck that. It's ridiculous. I would agree. I didn't know that.
Not even a famous one.
That was stupid.
Listen.
I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, she's pretty bad.
That's a she too.
All right.
Her name's Paige something.
Cruci and Del Rio are Cruzy's going to be hashtag RSH again soon. He is basically left for dead. Then he comes back to basically win.
Oh, that happens. Yeah, that's John Cena effect.
That's called a comeback.
That's what John Cena did.
I mean,
WrestleMania. That's what John Cena's first match was. Big Show kicks his ass, and
And he-
brass knucks. Boom,
Buddy.
Cena wins.
it's called adrenaline, homie.
That's true. I just watched the documentary today with Triple H and Mick Foley, and Triple H talked about his adrenaline. He got stabbed in the leg with a fucking piece of wood in their match at the Rumble, and he had his boot was weighted down with blood, and he didn't realize it until after the fact because of adrenaline.
Oh God!
All right. Well, we got to get to Mania. So Del Rio, give me one wrestler that needs pushed more in AW, and one wrestler that they need to chill out on and like de-push, or that you've seen too much of.
That's a big tough one.
That's a tough one, bro.
It's easy for me. I go down the roster.
Oh yeah.
So like Matt Hardy,
I mean,
too
he's-
much. Keith Lee, he's a thief. He needs to go on
God, no, he's not.
He needs to go on Rampage.
It's his fucking
He needs
name.
to go on Rampage where like 300,000 people watch. Oh wait, he is.
You're just a
Look,
hater.
Guevara should be fired.
I
I
agree
feel
with
that.
that. Yeah,
He
he is.
Why?
He calls.
Why?
His
Didn't he-
face. Look at his stupid face.
He
Look at
has
his
a
face.
He has a face you want to punch.
That's what hit it real hard with a brick.
Exactly.
You're just mad he's dating Ty Conti.
Yeah, but
I
didn't
know
he
who that
cheat
is.
on like his fiance to get with
He
her?
was. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta cheat, but dude, I hate his face.
Sometimes you gotta cheat.
Wow.
Like he
Oh
casually
my
drops in.
God.
Sometimes you gotta cheat.
I mean, they're celebrities; they can do
Yeah,
that.
he shouldn't have proposed to his girlfriend and fiance in front of the whole crowd and then did that. That's
Oh, yeah.
disgusting. As a woman.
Miro.
Yeah,
Did
Miro.
you see he just got like a 5-year extension?
And he hasn't even been
He's gonna be
on.
there to like 2026.
4 years, I think.
What
Yeah,
happened
but
to
he's
your
gonna be-
pinky? You can just show us your broken pinky
Oh,
and not
Oh, yeah,
talk.
I remember he broke. I saw that picture on.
And
fucking
Cruzy,
online.
Guevara shouldn't be fired. I mean, that's stupid.
Quick story. I like jammed my pinky, like grabbing a ball at work from one of the kids, and my pinky just went like this, and I was like, that's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
no.
I didn't break it. It's not dislocated. It's not fractured. It's I like disintended a bone in my finger or something.
I
It's
got
like that.
you.
And I just gotta wear this for like 8 weeks to straighten it out. So
No
I'm
Dude,
wonder-
surprised
I
you
got-
guys. I was like flashing this all along the whole time. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna ask about my pinky. I'm going like this, going
But I
like
wanted
this.
I've been drinking. I just noticed it.
What I wanted to get out of this is we booked the first black champion in AEW history. I called Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. And when you inevitably meet Keith Lee, I need you to ask him
Oh my God.
why he stole his name
Here
from
we
Vince.
go. You're
And
not-
I met him like 6 times.
I need you to when you met him before, he wasn't a thief yet.
Oh my
Now he's a thief.
God.
So I
He's
need
not.
like
I think that makes WWE
tell him
thief, right?
tell him that his limit was when he stole from Vince.
Nah.
All Vince
Nah.
did was put him over Randy Orton.
Shut up.
And yet-
Don't remind me of that.
But
That
anyway,
was
Actually,
That was
his interview-
incredible. That was the
until I
only.
meet Keith Lee. I'm gonna meet him like, bro.
They're gonna throw
You
you,
know,
out.
you know
of
what
the
happened
building.
with that? Keith got COVID, and when he came back, they had changed the talent relation management, and it was totally different. So it wasn't even Vince; it was those people didn't like Keith. After he left, and he got sick. Left because he got sick. When he came back, they were like, "Fuck this guy."
He almost died.
I
Dude
think-
almost died.
Cruzy was answering
Yeah.
when I said, "Yeah, Cruzy, you're partially right. His face, yeah,
Yeah, they-
yeah, I,
Fired for just his face. Well,
His
He's
face is
fired,
the worst.
But his face.
Oh yeah,
is
Del
hard.
Rio. Like
It's hard.
Riddle was terrible because he wrestled with no shoes on.
He's
now
he
he's
need-
beloved.
But he needs to wear shoes.
He did a
now.
good job at it.
He needs to wear shoes.
These
now.
are Chuck takes, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like Riddle's going. He ain't gonna make it on the main roster. He needs to put some fucking shoes
I
on.
hate
He
feet,
said
dude.
the same thing
hold
about
on,
Rusev.
hold on. Do you know he's been doing this since his indie days?
Sure, don't care. Didn't like it. Still don't like
He
it.
wants
But
shoes.
his personality got me over.
We need a sign that says we want shoes.
My favorite
I
Chuck
agree.
takes are he sucks because he's wearing no shoes and they have a weird face.
And I stand by it.
It's like I hate this guy. He
We have
shouldn't be
video
punished.
clips of
He
him
has a
saying
weird
it. He has a
face.
weird face.
Yeah, Yvonne's got shit tons of
Yeah.
clips of.
Yeah,
I cried.
why do you hate him? I don't know. He has a weird face. Okay.
Yeah, dude, Sammy Guevara has a weird fucking face. Look at him.
Cruzy,
Get
don't
look at his
don't-
face.
Unlike you, Josh, I can admit when there's bad things. I do admit there's bad things.
But it's all
Apparently-
bad with
I mean,
you.
if you tuned into the show, not 60 minutes in,
He
you probably
does
wouldn't
wait till the end, doesn't he?
Like, he got here at 6:59. Like, hello, we've been on air for a while.
Cruzy knows how to take care of you.
We've been on there for like a half hour at this point. At that
I
point,
hate the women's tag team division. I can't fucking stand the 24/7 title. If Cody goes there, I'm probably going to go on like a 10-day bender. Like,
I don't think Cody
there's
should go to
tons of
WWE.
shit that I don't like.
No.
I don't like the fact that Kevin Owens is still not a fucking world champion.
That's
I don't
fair.
like the fact
I
that
agree
Sami
too. I agree
Zayn
with that
is
too.
in the fucking mid card. I think he should be in the main event.
Yeah.
I don't like the
I
fact
agree
Finn
too.
Balor is like and
nobody.
Priest are in the mid card.
Yeah,
Do you?
I like the fact that Brock and Roman is like number fucking 13, even though I think it's been booked really fucking
It has
good.
been.
It has been.
I think it's too much, but I think it's been. There's a lot of shit I don't like.
Is this their third Mania match?
Yes.
It's like their fucking 8th match or some shit. I saw
It's like their 8th match in a pay-per-view. They've wrestled at 31, 34, and this will be their 3rd time.
Like they've
That's
done
crazy.
it. This is completely different. They've done a good job of making
Sure,
this
it's a different story.
completely
Mhm.
different. Like the Paul Heyman factor is massive here.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
And I still think when Brock loses, The Rock's music's going to hit. And The
I'm
Rock's gonna
calling
come
that,
out
yep.
and look at him, and that's how you end it.
I don't know
I
if
still
they'll
feel
show
like
up.
that.
I hope so. I mean, I like it.
You know how
He
much
will.
they like doing that 1
That's
year
what my
in
closing is.
advance
That's
thing.
what I was
They
gonna
did it
say.
twice with
Yep.
Cena and Rock.
They're gonna do it.
Well, I don't think they.
But, I
well, you knew it was going to happen.
Once. They did it once.
called it. But then the second time, you knew it was going to happen, and it happened
It's gonna be the Rock.
to Punk because Punk lost to The Rock.
But do you think
See-
we'd have The Rock come out and confront Roman Reigns just for the
Yeah.
hell of it?
Yeah.
No, it's not for the hell of it. It's
He's not gonna talk. He's just
he
gonna
comes
look at
out.
him.
Reigns got both belts. Rock comes out.
He's gonna point at one of
points
them.
at him and
Point at-
like,
I want him. Bring it.
and then Roman's
there you
like,
go.
"That's how you end it."
Yep.
And then on Raw,
Mhm.
which needs a ratings bump, or SmackDown.
There you go.
Well, probably SmackDown, right? Because Roman's
Have The
boss.
Rock come out.
If Roman wins the belts, he'll be on both fucking shows, so it doesn't matter which show.
That'll be awesome.
Then The Rock comes out on Raw the next night. You ain't gonna tune into the Raw after WrestleMania, where all the cool shit happens, the call ups.
Mhm.
You're probably gonna get LA Knight. You're probably gonna get Cameron Grimes. If
Maybe.
Melo loses that ladder match, he's somebody I think Vince sees and he's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck yeah, this dude's gonna work on the main
Yeah.
roster." Him and Trick both.
My boy. Oh, don't cry. Carmelo. That's my guy.
There's tons of people ready. Like Raquel Gonzalez is ready.
She's
Dakota
ready.
Kai is ready. LA Knight is ready.
Io
Cameron
Shirai.
Grimes is ready. Io Shirai's been fucking ready.
She's overdue
Like,
for that.
But
She's,
do we think The Rock would actually show up the next night, or would that be something that they would tease for
No,
a while?
I think he would show up at WrestleMania, like you guys were saying. Like this end WrestleMania, he'll point at both belts and go, "I want him," and then that'll set up WrestleMania next year in California.
It's gonna be
I
Becky
mean,
and
it's something
Rock.
they did with Cena and Rock, I guess. But what I would kind of assume how they would do this, would they'd have The Rock there for a different reason, and then Reigns would confront The Rock.
Or
That's
have
kind
The
of how
Rock
I
just
thought.
randomly show up at some point
mean-
early in the night, and then nobody. It's like, oh, hey, The Rock's here. And
yeah.
it's like they
what's
just
he
acknowledge
like?
it.
What's
Like,
he here for?
Because like the last thing I remember with Rock and Reigns was the embarrassing time when Reigns won the Rumble. Nobody wanted him to, and then The Rock kind of like prayed him around backstage.
well, look, to be fair, they were booing The Rock.
They're booing Roman
I was
Reigns.
booing The Rock.
They wanted
Well, you
Daniel
know,
Bryan to win, and
No.
No, they
booing-
were booing Roman.
Rock.
I was booing The Rock.
We know.
That's fair.
We know.
But
Cruzy,
so like
what are you counting about?
he's answering the question of the Reigns and Lesnar.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if The Rock is gonna come out at WrestleMania, that is one thing you do not in all capitalized, announce. That is something that you need to save. Even if it's announced, even if it's rumored on
Big
internet, fine.
surprise.
I
Just don't
agree.
announce it. Don't announce it.
That's going to explode the internet.
It
Saturday
would.
Absolutely.
It absolutely would.
It will.
Some of my
Everyone-
favorite
It
moments
will
was when
be
you showed-
trending for like 3 days.
Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, The Rock is here! The Rock is here! He's announced to come." Why the hell would you announce it? Why would you?
No, I agree.
It's
I want
WrestleMania.
I want Roman just to be there. Brock standing over Brock and the music hits.
And then,
Or if Roman's walking to the back and The Rock just walks out and like looks at him, it's like
As he's going up the entrance, just like
It's
hit
like
the
I see-
music.
I see people bitching that Stone Cold's going to be there. It's like,
Like,
dude, if you
seriously?
don't like
Stone
the fact that Stone
Cold,
Cold's going to
really?
be at Mania in Texas,
Right.
then you shouldn't watch wrestling.
he's stone cold.
Whether
Really?
it's a match, a segment, he drinks a beer with KO, says, yeah, Texas does fucking suck.
Yeah.
LOL, JK, stunner.
Stunner,
I'm
goodbye.
there for it.
I did enjoy the WrestleMania 30 opening when it was like Austin, Rock, and Hogan. Even though I hate Hogan, that was pretty fun.
You see Jericho-
Yeah, I can't.
And KO is built to interact with somebody like Stone Cold
Yeah.
Steve Austin. He said he's one of the only people they have that
I love KO.
should interact.
He does the stunner. I just hate. I didn't like the fucking shit talking Texas thing, but that's a different topic.
That
but
is pretty stupid.
I'm still excited
It
about it.
gets you to the
Sure,
It,
it was forced. I thought.
It
but-
got
well,
to, it
and then
got
they
to a
threw
point.
JBL and
Sure.
all those other
Booker
people
T.
in. Yeah.
I just like how you called out Booker T for like being the Harlem Heat.
And that he was King Booker. And he
Yeah,
was King
I
Booker.
do. I hated King Booker. I almost stopped watching SmackDown because of King Booker. Almost.
And his wife.
He was the best King of the Ring winner ever. He brought that
He was.
persona and character to a whole nother level.
Sure. I
Yeah.
hated it.
Charma-
It was so good. I hate
Yeah.
it. I mean, I said I hated it in a good way. Like his heel heat, I hated. It was so. You know what I mean?
Dude, me too. I was like, mother. But looking back now, like if if we all had the knowledge of wrestling that we have now, back when we were first watching it, I think it would be annoying as hell.
Sure.
I think it would be so annoying. People would be looking at us like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying right now?"
Dude, I hate feet really bad. I have like a phobia kind of thing, and he always make people kiss his fucking foot. And I was like, I can't watch this shit. It's terrible accent, and then that, and then you had that shit to
Then
it.
the bare feet.
No,
Put some shoes
out.
All right.
on.
We
Put
got
some
to
shoes on
we
like
got
a
to
grown up,
transition to
as I always
Mania.
say.
WrestleMania is just 3 weeks away, and because of that, all three picked 3 WrestleManias that we really enjoyed, and
Yes.
tonight starts that night.
This was yours.
Yvonne's.
Mine, yep.
What number is it, Yvonne?
WrestleMania 20.
Bam.
Where it all begins
I mean, I
Yep.
assume
Again.
WrestleMania 1.
again.
Again.
Match 1.
And John Cena's opened the show, and I love that old music, man.
Where's my notes?
I liked this.
I
John
wasn't as
Cena.
animated in my
I really
notes
like
because
this John Cena.
I scheduled like our next 8 episodes.
So you think you're untouchable?
All right. What did I write? Dr. Thugonomics gimmicks back. Easily my favorite gimmick. It is my favorite gimmick of all time. It was a typical Cena match. Big Show dominated most of the match for only Cena to gain momentum at the end. FU, kick out at 1. Cena tries to use the chain, gets caught by the ref, tosses it to the side, then brass knucks, boom, FU, 1, 2, 3. Kind of crazy. It's Cena's first. I wrote Royal Rumble. Was I drinking when we watched this?
Were you paying
Probably.
attention?
I was working, so I know I was drinking.
I put
I don't
it's
think you
crazy
were. I
that
think you're
this
not.
was Cena's first
Yeah. That's what I
WrestleMania,
got.
which I did not know until
Yep.
they announced
I didn't know
it.
that either.
But there's John
Yeah, it
Cena,
was.
a young John Cena.
Look at them abs.
He still has a weird face. Well, Chuck. He still close
He
Chuck.
does have a weird face.
And I'm
So,
not
yeah.
a John Cena fan.
So what was
so
your
I-
guys' thoughts on shit?
I mean, I don't have a lot of stuff on shit, but
John Cena. No, I clicked the wrong fucking banner. Stop.
it happens.
I loved it. I loved it. I mean, like watching it now as an adult, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was cool. I understand why they put John Cena over, and I understand why Big Show put him over as well. It was a smart business move, and it was a smart thing for them to do. They were trying to change it up a bit, and John Cena was the perfect person to do that to a younger audience, to try to get a new generation to watch wrestling, try to get the casual fans out, not out, but like new fans in, and just introduce them to wrestling. So John Cena was a perfect person for it.
Absolutely. That whole gimmick was what got him over, because like he was a nobody. He did that ruthless aggression stuff with Kurt Angle.
Right.
Nobody really cared. But this gimmick, especially with rap, Eminem was big back then, and that really got him over. Got him over with me anyway. I loved Eminem rap. So being me and a white boy in Ohio, I
Right.
fucking John Cena.
and nothing put him over. What put him over even more was him like rocking like the state jerseys in every state he was in, repping the New York Knicks jersey in Madison Square Garden. I mean, that's how you go over, bro. That is how you go over. That's how you put yourself over. So
It's the Mick Foley
And
effect.
his raps always clicked with
They
where
always
he was
did.
at.
Yeah, it's very smart.
Very good.
right, he did an excellent job with that. So John
Right.
Cena, excellent person to put that title on.
Like Mick Foley always did the right here in whatever city I'm in, and John Cena's like, I'm going to do that, but my whole character.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
It worked, man.
Yeah, it's easily my favorite gimmick.
I loved it.
Easy.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what
look at the pop he got at MetLife a couple years ago when he came out to that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, and Elias.
Yeah,
Elias is the best.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole. See,
Yeah.
look, Josh don't have issues with WWE. There's a reason I don't bring up what they've done to Elias.
There's a reason.
Like,
for
I have-
They
that.
literally buried him.
I
They
got
did. They
every
did.
goddamn shirt the guy has. Period.
And
I have
all the
all
feet-
of them.
and all
I
the
got
feet.
every piece of Elias merch on their shop.
And the Fiends
All of
too.
And the Fiend. You
And
think
the
I was
Fiend.
thrilled? I dressed up as the Fiend for his
You
Halloween
did.
party.
And it was a killer, too.
You did, yeah.
Mask, pants. Hell,
What's
he
that?
won the title in Saudi that Thursday. From
Yeah.
Seth. I just happened to have that red belt that I carried around on Halloween.
He
It was
did.
perfect.
was
A
a
year
good timing.
later, they fire him. It's like, what the fuck? Like, but anyway, that's not what this is about.
That's a good point. Right.
different topic for a different day.
Yeah, like 5 things Vince fucked up. One,
Oh God, that'd be like 6 hours.
number one,
WWE.
firing
Two.
the Fiend. Stop. All right, go ahead, Yvonne.
Yeah, my notes was the same as Josh's. Not much to add. I mean, it was great. Cena won his first, his first Mania, his everything was good for him. Overall, I thought it was a good match. Nothing to add. You took everything on
What
my
the
notes.
fuck was the second match?
La Resistance versus Booker T.
Oh, dude,
RVD.
La Resistance. All right.
I have blinded order and numbered.
Rob Van Dam and Book. Dude, I forgot completely that these guys were ever a tag team.
I did too, dude. I totally did too.
I had no idea.
I forgot.
I did like the fact that they had 2 fatal 4-ways.
I like that.
They did. They had 2 tag team
They did.
championships.
They did,
Fatal
yeah.
4-ways. So Rob Van Dam and Booker T beat the Dudleys, Garrison Kane, Mark Dendrak,
I
and
still don't know who
Raw
they are.
Resistance. So we have a picture. Bam.
Yeah, they won.
Dude, what's weird about this match is I watched Wrestling Weekly, diehard wrestling fan at this point in my life. Like, you know, I didn't miss shit from like 98 through like 2012. I didn't miss anything. And I don't remember Jindrak. I remember watching the Evolution pay-per-view, or not pay-per-view, the Evolution documentary. He was supposed to be the pieces part. Like, I remember, like, I just don't remember that dude.
I don't even know. That name don't ring a bell to me either.
It's crazy.
Or the other guy either.
Yeah, I forgot they were Booker T and RVD were even a tag team.
Yep.
I said they both had some random ass partners back in the day.
They did.
Right, they did.
About it. Both of them, like Goldust and Booker, Rob Van Dam and fucking Kane.
That's
like
weird,
they
I remember that one.
They were
weird.
I liked that. I loved RVD and Kane. I thought that was
I
great.
did too.
I remember when Kane turned on him after he got demasked. He beat the shit
Yeah.
out of him. That was great.
That was awesome. You know, unfortunately in wrestling, there's always one match you forget about. And I forgot about this match. I was like, oh yeah, that happened.
Like you said earlier,
I forget all of Jindrak's existence.
Right, me too.
There's so much content now. Like
It's too
Monday,
much.
Raw, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday AEW, Thursday Impact, Friday Rampage, and
God,
SmackDown.
it's a
Smack,
lot.
right? It's a lot.
Like
It's like just
you can
imagine
watch
going
stuff every fucking day of the week because there's shit on Saturdays and Sundays too. I'm
right.
sure.
Bring me to 2006 and tell me, like, if you were to tell me when I started watching wrestling in 2006 that you'd be able to watch wrestling Monday through Friday, I'll go, yeah, okay, sure. Not
Yep.
just Raw and SmackDown. No, you can watch wrestling every single day, and you can watch wrestling that's not on TV. You could get streaming services like IWTV and watch independent wrestling or the High Spots Network. There's so much wrestling out there. It's overwhelming. It
Do you
truly
watch
is.
ARW?
No.
All right,
You
so
should.
We got to get Dugan back on.
We're
the show.
we're buddies with the champion right now.
Yeah,
He's a good guy. Not to brag, he follows us both on Facebook, not Twitter, but Facebook.
Facebook.
So you know,
Yeah, so
ARW. Where is that located at?
the ARW
Florida.
world champion now, right?
he's world
He
champion.
fights Rich Swann this weekend.
Oh.
Moose is there too. Like they have a pretty stacked card.
Dugan's awesome. But dude, if I was, because I loved wrestling so much when I was a kid, if we had the kind of access we have now with the network and the easy access that we have now when I was 12,
Right.
I would have never left my fucking bedroom.
Oh, the same.
I used to go to the video store back in the day, not to show my age, and rent tapes from like the mid 90s.
You just showed your age there. What the fuck? Okay. I'm just kidding.
But so I think about it now. Now I'm not that into it as I was back then. But if I had that same passion, if I was 12 right now, my
Right.
bedroom would not be left ever. So it's crazy.
I mean, even like you go to wrestling shows, because I go to a lot of wrestling shows,
Sure.
and I forget watching highlights, like, because I counted, because I go to a lot of Northeast wrestling shows up here in Connecticut,
Sure.
and I counted the shows I've been to like 78 since like 2016, and I kind of like multiplied all the matches in each show. I think
That's
I saw over like 600 matches in person just at that promotion alone. So, and I can only name like 10, if that. Like,
It all blends together after a while, right?
right. It's like, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw them wrestle. That's crazy.
It's just like wrestling. It's just like wrestlers. I remember doing that match. Just you experience so much, you just kind of forget. And that's kind of how I am these days with these matches. Like I don't remember like half that shit. Like I used to be so autistic about it. Like I'll get so pissed when a storyline doesn't make sense.
Right.
But it makes. That's just how it goes. But like I used to be autistic about wrestling, dude. It was crazy. But
Speaking of, he just liked our post and tagged me in something.
there you go. He always tags you in his shit.
Yeah, so he's fighting Matt Taven for the ARW World Heavyweight Championship March 10th.
No shit. I just looked up ARW. What is it? It stands for what?
Atomic
Revolutionary Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And
They
one of the
have a school down there too.
Triple threat matches I see are Vincent versus Sin. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and Raisin. No.
Yeah, they got fucking
That's cool. That's
They
good shit.
have a lot of people. I know Moose is going to be down there. He messaged me and he's like, dude, Moose is about to be here. Nick Gage is going to be in there soon.
No way. Nick Gage, that's awesome.
Yeah, Rich
They're on
Swann.
Fight TV every Thursday.
They had EC3 was there like a month ago.
I gotta check it out. I always like checking out new promotions. So
Good shit, man.
Yeah,
that's one I just discovered. Thanks, guys.
So we tell him we do. So don't tell him that we don't.
Yeah.
Even though he might be watching right now.
Sometimes we lie.
If you're watching, I definitely watch.
I don't have.
He still look. I told him if he ever won the world title, me and him are going to do a unification match. So when he
There you
comes to Ohio,
Oh Lord,
He does travel a lot.
like they're all over. Like me versus Dugan. I think that's money. Like if he wants to go to somewhere like a respectable wrestling company later, like WWE, like he wants to, I'll get him on the map.
Sure. There you go. I like that.
I'm pretty sure Northeast Wrestling, not to cut you guys off, has been up to Ohio. So if they ever go to Ohio, let me know and please go check it out because I promise that promotion, top tier.
I like it.
But
Shout out to Michael Lombardi.
I'm gonna take his title. But anyways,
okay.
Next match on the list.
Jericho and Christian.
Good
Now,
match. I remember that feud. I remember them being naked on stage. Not to be rude about it.
That was a good match.
Yeah, so this was weird for me.
And it was very
Hold on. I'm going too fast. So backstage, Eric Bischoff tells Coach that he heard The Undertaker was there and tells Coach to go find him. Coach starts freaking out, but he's like, all right, I'll go because you're my boss and Coach is a kiss ass. So at this point, Undertaker's like dead because he got buried alive.
Yep.
Which I didn't figure out till like 45
I know,
minutes.
This is his first time back. He's been the dead man since.
Well, just to put some clarity into it, I don't look up who won this shit until the match is over. I want to be genuinely surprised. Like I type in the match title in my notes, then I go back later and type in like who won.
Right.
Then Randy Orton cuts a promo about
right.
Mick Foley, talking about all the times he's got the upper hand.
He did.
So then after the Fatal 4-Way, Coach is looking for The Undertaker.
Oh,
he
Lord.
hears a bunch of weird noises. And apparently it's Mean Gene and Bobby the Brain Heenan banging
Moolah.
Moolah and May up.
Oh, that was so disgusting.
So like that put in my head like they even did stupid shit back
they
then.
did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
It's
was,
always
that
been
was just like, oh, let's get these legends on there.
Like,
Sure.
can you imagine if they did that in WWE today? Like,
Oh God.
Yeah.
God.
Like, oh, Vince backstage banging Ronda Rousey. Like,
Oh,
oh,
God.
Well, that's kind of stuff that you just can't do anymore. Thank
Nah,
God.
I know, that's disgusting.
Even that fucking bra and panties or
That's-
lingerie
oh yeah,
match.
we'll get to that.
Oh yeah, I have
Awkward.
my intake on that.
Yeah,
How horrible
Christian
that
won.
was.
So this
Yep,
was the Trish Stratus heel turn.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
it was.
And now in 2004, if you were to tell me, yo, like Trish turned heel, I'd be like, what the hell is that?
That's
do
what
you
I
mean?
thought.
Well, see, I was watching this shit live weekly. I remember this WrestleMania build up very well. I remember Taker's gong sitting with King in the ring, not just Rumble, but like Raw's. Taker's he was dinging. I remember that so well. I remember Jericho and Christian. They did. This is my favorite time in wrestling. I was in high school. I was like 16 at this point, so I remember.
Oh
really,
my God.
Hey,
I was
easy,
like 10.
easy. Can you even drink beer yet? Like what the fuck?
Yes.
Like, Evolution was running rampant. I remember when Randy Orton threw Mick Foley downstairs on Raw.
He
It's like,
did.
fuck you, Mick Foley. Like,
Yeah.
every Monday night, dude, I was on my computer. I had a little TV, 18-inch screen TV, and I would take it and I'd move it over by my computer because back then your computer didn't move. And I would bring it over and set it down.
You're
So,
on your desktop.
so I'd fuck around my desktop on MSN Messenger while watching Monday Night Raw. And that was this time period, damn it.
MSN Messenger in the house.
Wasn't even AOL yet. It was MSN Messenger.
I put romantic Chris Jericho. What a time.
Oh,
Had
God.
fucking dial up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was dial-up, I think, actually. Yeah, it was dial-up.
God damn it, who's on the phone?
Luckily, they were all on MSN. Nobody needed to call me. You can just fucking chat. It's high tech.
Lord have mercy.
Dial-up internet. I still hate that. Yvonne, what did you have?
I'm not reading on that. The
Well,
funny
then
part-
just summarize it.
No, I'm not reading.
Gee, have you ever even experienced dial-up internet? You know what that is?
Yes. I used to have dial up at my old house, my mom's house. I used to get pissed playing
Alright.
like games on the computer. The
Summarize.
phone rings, the internet goes out. I'm like, what the hell is my time on the computer?
Son of a bitch.
Right.
What did I have? I can't fucking find it. There it is.
The funny part I put at the end.
All right. All I put was good match. Didn't like the ending. I don't like matches that end in a schoolboy, especially in a big feud like this. I
Yeah.
think it makes the payoff kind of lame. I feel this way about everything.
Well, that wasn't a payoff. That was actually starting the feud, so it kind of made sense.
It was the last time I was watching it, so it was the payoff.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm selfish.
I mean, I like the match. Great wrestling, great storytelling. Obviously, Trish Stratus turning heel then was kind of like a shocker.
It was-
I wouldn't know what that means at 10 years old, but 27-year-old me who goes, that's pretty cool.
I dig it.
Yep.
What you got to add?
Well, the funny part I put is when they kissed, her and Christian kissed at the end. I said, "This isn't a soap opera." LOL. I was not fascinated.
I mean, to be fair, wrestling has always been considered a male soap opera.
Don't hate on.
That was
Bro,
too much. This
look,
isn't soap opera. This is
Don't even
professional
start. There's
wrestling.
so much shit going on in Young and Restless right now. It's fucking mind blowing.
Is Christian and Trish?
Don't even hate on soap
Hey,
opera.
I'm not hating it. I like it. That's
You know,
why I
I
watch
hope Keith Lee don't watch and steal the storylines for AEW.
Yeah, it'd be
This-
crazy if he stole his own name again.
This is like a love triangle between Chris Jericho, Trish, and Christian. That's why I thought they got the soap opera.
Right, right.
And it was
Right.
great. It's just like Triple H,
Yeah.
Stephanie, and Test. That was the same idea.
Yeah.
You know, it
Except
worked out
they
well.
ended up getting really married.
No, yeah, that happens. Sometimes we fall in love.
They did.
That's why I
I
watched
swear
that
to
documentary
God.
today with the Mick Foley Triple H thing and like Stephanie when that match at the Royal Rumble 2000 that year.
Yeah.
When Triple H kissed Stephanie, that was off script and that gave Stephanie butterflies.
Oh boy.
I was like,
Aw.
that's when you know they're going to get it in later.
It's getting
Oh,
creepy.
good. Well, it is getting.
Remember the Valentine's Day.
Wait,
edition.
why we bring out the spinner out of nowhere?
Oh no, I gotta rock it, bro. I gotta rock the
We're an
spinner.
hour and a half in. You're ripping out the spinner.
Yep. I feel like it's a good time for it. I just feel like taking it out. There you go.
So
Grand
I
finale.
completely- I forgot this match was even on here, but The
I know.
Rock,
I remember
Mick
this real well.
Foley versus Evolution. So
Evolution.
I wrote something about The Rock's promo.
Of course, it's bad.
I love this match. I love this match. I'll talk about the ending. Obviously, great match, great storytelling. Obviously, watching this as 12-year-old when I first got into wrestling, Randy Orton was a massive heel, and I'm like, why the hell did he just pin Mick Foley? Why the hell did they do this? Then I'm thinking to myself, X amount of years later, I'm like, the Legend Killer. They are putting this guy over. So, I mean, it made sense. Made sense to me a couple years ago. It didn't make sense to me then, but I know why they put him over, and I know why they had him pin Mick Foley. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had. But ton of star power. I'm assuming this is the time where Evolution was really on the up and coming, and this win really solidified
actually
them
towards
as a
the
top
end.
unit. Was it?
Yeah.
Well, you can see where my memory. It's Bud Light for you. Very good match.
Mhm.
And I put The Rock looked amazing, like weird, drunky face.
Wow, you
Orton getting the win clean was very smart and huge from this
Yep.
early in his career. Good ending, and the match did what it was supposed to
and
do.
he's Intercontinental Champion.
I think The Rock stood out the
remember he was.
most. He got all his shit in. He was every time he came in, he cleaned house.
Sure. And here's what I remember, because I remember that match on Raw when they've been beating up Mick Foley for weeks, and Mick Foley got beat up that night on Raw, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna call my friend. I remember watching this live on my little 18-inch screen TV while I'm on MSN Messenger, and and Randy Orton was like, go call your friend. Clearly, they're mentioning The Rock. Go call your friend. This is 2 years after he silently retired. And
Right.
you know what? Mick Foley's like, you know what? I will go call my friend. So we all thought that they were going to bring in The Rock later. But then all of a sudden, Mick Foley goes out. Yeah, you know what? He turns around. You know what? Actually, I already called my friend. And that music hits. The Rock comes running down. I'm like, oh my, I fucking got pumped. And I remember that night. That's probably honestly one of the most rememberable nights that I have was the night that led up to that match. And the match was just okay. It was mid card, because The Rock was in the main event at that time. But
Right.
come back for the first time in nearly 2 years and whoop some ass in the ring against Evolution, who at the time I hated. I was very loved the faces, hated the heels back then. So that whole buildup was phenomenal. The match itself, what you expect,
Right.
But the buildup was, in my opinion, one of the best buildups to a WrestleMania match of from me watching it live aspect anyway, because I love The Rock growing up.
One of the reasons Yvonne picked this is this is one of her first experiences with Randy Orton. She was
Yep.
10.
And there you go.
And Evolution, that thing.
No, you
music-
weren't 10. What year was this? So this was
04.
2004.
See if you can
04,
remember.
So you were 8.
I was 15. I
Jesus.
turned 16 later that year.
That's when I actually became
Yeah,
a
back
wrestler.
when Chuck was 15, he was allowed to drink beer at bars.
To be fair, I haven't beard yet.
It's when I literally became a wrestling fan, watching it.
So what did you think of watching him
And I became a Randy Orton fan
20
right
years
away.
ago?
Gosh, yeah, big
Shit,
difference.
it's not 20, 18. Jesus Christ, 18
Yeah.
years ago. Oh my God.
Forgot Orton was Intercontinental
I
Champion.
round.
That's still same thing at this point.
I gotta do inventory tomorrow. I'm gonna fuck up so much stuff. My counting's so off.
Yeah.
I remember at our old house that you and me and Dad was watching this. I'm like, Evolution, I'm like, okay, they're interesting. And then I saw Orton. I'm like, I have a feeling
Yeah,
about
like
him.
so WWE.
It was weird, but then
So
I started
back
liking
in
it.
these days, when you paid $50 for a pay-per-view is actually worth it.
Sure.
So like
sometimes.
Damn, dude. Jesus. God.
that was straight to see get a reaction.
Damn, a huge shot at AEW.
Dude, I just want to get like on Twitter one day, like lame ass podcast co-host rips AEW, and like they all just come at me. Like, that's what I want. I want just the bad publicity.
They'll
Like,
put your face on
he's screaming that they don't want a black chick. He's doing. I want all the bad publicity. And Meltzer want to interview me,
There you go.
and then I'll be like, bro, why won't you wear pants that don't have holes in them?
Just buy jeans, bro.
And I'll be
Why you gotta cut them up?
But anyway, go ahead, Yvonne.
That's it. And then I'm not a fan of Ric Flair.
Nobody is.
Not what he does now.
Especially airport
Us
pilots.
as a
Airplane
collective
pilots.
group hate Ric Flair.
Yeah.
We did our top 5 most overrated, and he was everybody's number 1.
Sorry, man. I don't feel like Ric Flair or not. I fucking hate him.
I hope Hulk Hogan's on there.
He is on
No,
there.
he's also.
Yeah.
I think he
hate
was
them
number,
both.
I think he was number 2.
I hate them
Nah, he
both.
should have been number 1, bro. Hulk Hogan is the most overrated wrestler ever. I don't like
All
him.
day. All
the
day.
only
at
thing
all.
that saved Hulk Hogan was 1, his daughter's hot, and 2, that sex tape.
I mean, she's
Oh
not really that
my
hot. She's like a
His
weird
daughter is.
face.
His daughter's hot.
She's a fucked up face.
Nah, she's like,
She had
bro,
the
she's like,
oh, that was my shit.
she's like a 6. She's like a 6, easy.
Yeah.
I like how I don't know what that is. Paul Wall's a person. He's a rapper.
I still don't know what that is. I don't know. I have no idea.
He shows his age. He's like, what the fuck is rap?
I like Eminem. I know rap.
Yo, kids in my job go like, do you listen to like The Baby? I go, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
I know the baby from Righteous Gemstones.
Stop. God damn it. All right. So this has never been a better time to segue into the Tori and Sable
Oh, I can't wait to rip.
Yeah,
my
that
bad
was
on
rough.
playoff.
I have
Playboy
my bad
evening
notes
gown
on
match.
this match.
I don't really have like me and Yvonne's watching this, and we're just like,
Ugh.
I'm not really taking notes,
It
but
is disgusting.
I couldn't resist.
Dude, my wife walked in while I was watching that while working. It was like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm on the living room TV, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I have to watch it, but it's fucking
I
disgusting.
have bad
Yes,
notes on
Can we go back to that picture really quick? I just want to point out something hilarious.
You would.
You would do that. Yeah.
No, just wait. Those guys, that guy right there in the blue shirt.
Yeah. He's all about it.
He has no wife.
He's like, that's his first ass and tits he's
And
ever
I
saw.
think that's Brock Lesnar's
Probably
wife on the bottom.
It's probably the only he's gonna see with that
Very
face.
stable.
Yeah,
It's like,
I had bad
goddamn.
notes on this one.
So I
can't wait to talk about that.
I said, yep, this was definitely a different time in wrestling.
Yeah, buddy.
I said,
So
boobs and
good.
ass everywhere. It's like a Little Wayne video. I'm
Oh
so
my
glad
God.
he wasn't calling this match. Hearing him all horny.
Oh my
yes,
God,
it
was
is so
and
creepy.
annoying.
It was.
Michael
All
Cole
about it.
being a perv was weird.
Yes,
too.
him and Taz.
But
Yeah,
this was very weird and awkward. Glad it didn't get a lot of time, and I'm so glad women's wrestling has evolved into what it is now.
Yeah, back
This
in
was
the,
a hard time to watch.
Yeah.
Yes, they're hot as fuck, but man,
Sure.
this is hard to watch. Glad this is over. Next, please.
so glad women's wrestling ain't like that.
Yeah, I Josh, I agree with you. That's pretty much what I was gonna say. Yeah, no, it was just it was
Wrestling.
weird.
I get like the
I agree with all that.
naked and they're you can
Sure.
do whatever you want back then, but like
I mean, it's just
Christ,
kind of, it's
that
just
was-
gross if you think about it. Like, it's gross.
You don't need to cause more attention than you need to.
I never thought that I'd see this picture and be talking about Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler, Sable, and being like, ew, gross.
That being said, when I was 15,
And Miss
ate
Jackie.
it up.
I forgot
Thought it was
who
the best.
fuck Miss Jackie
I didn't know
was.
who she was either.
Jacqueline?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
Dude, Jacqueline.
Bro, at 12 years old, I was like, I hope my mom doesn't catch me watching this.
You can actually see a Jacqueline. You see Jacqueline's boobs. Like, I forget what pay-per-view it was. It was back in like 1998. It's a pay-per-view. She's on somebody's shoulders. I remember writing the tape, VHS, and somebody takes your top off. You see Jacqueline's bare boobs
Oh
at a pay-per-view.
my God.
I forget which one.
VHS.
Oh, can't wait to get to my.
We should record an episode via VHS. How the fuck do people watch it? Can we still stream it somehow?
I got a VCR upstairs in my bedroom. Not even joking. I love VCRs. In my opinion, they're better than DVD
Is that how
players.
you watch
But
Smallville?
whatever. Fuck you. Honestly, I was such a nerd, dude. I would record Smallville on my VCR every week.
Back to the Smallville.
I was right.
So I have, in fact, watched Smallville on VCR.
We hate to be right
So
here.
you said fuck you because I was right.
You gotta tell Tom Mulling if you ever meet him, bro. Like I used to record all my shit in VHS.
Serious, I did.
Not even kidding. I'll tell the story real quick. So when I was when Smallville was at its prime, 2005, 2006, when I was, I was working at the movie gallery.
Was it not called a movie theater yet? Or was
No, it was a video store.
Hold on, was theater not a word when you were this
It was
age?
gallery. It's fancy.
It's a video store.
I like how I talk all this shit. You're like 2 years older than me.
I know. So anyway, I'd make my dad. My dad's kind of old, so I'd be like,
now you're calling.
I would set up my VCR. Well, old back then. I'll set up my VCR, and I'd be at work. I'll call my dad like, "Hey, Dad, I need you to go to my room right now and just hit record on the VCR. Record Smallville."
Right.
And he'd be, all right, so if you keep me on the phone, I'm gonna walk up there. So he walked up there because if you don't tell him directly, I'll fuck it up. So he'd walk up, like, so everything's set. So like, is the light on? Yeah, light's on. All right, hit the red record button. All right, I hit the red record button. All right, we're good. So then I'd work, and then I'd watch Smallville. So yeah, I've had all kinds of Smallville seasons on VCR.
And around this time, obviously, there's no internet, so you couldn't get spoiled. So like, you were just.
I mean, there was internet.
But like no phone, like no Twitter, Instagram.
No smartphone.
He couldn't get on the internet and watch the VHS at the same time. He had to pick one or the other.
One, the other, nothing.
But there was. So you're right. I would go I had a flip phone. But but I wouldn't get on the internet because like if you hit that,
I can see you playing Snake on your flip phone. Trying to get on your goddamn AOL.
We're killing Del Rio.
Trying to get your VCR to work. You're blowing to the tape. Like,
now, to be fair,
this cheap thing don't work.
The flip phone had internet, but it was like a really weird thing, and you thought it cost $1 million. So if you accidentally hit that button, you close it real quick.
Were
you that guy when DVDs came out, like you? And you didn't have a DVD player. You're like, this fucking rich bastard over here.
To be fair, I got a PS2 right away, and they had a DVD player. But I still think PS2 is better.
My old phone, dude. I agree with you. Like you press like the button. Oh crap! I gotta get out of here because it costs money.
Close that shit.
My first time getting a smartphone, I had my dad and my stepmom got me on their plan, and I went on the internet. I thought it was free. I thought it just came with the plan. I didn't know. But lo and behold, they look at the phone bill. My phone bill is like $200 alone. And they were like, "What the fuck did you do?" I was like, "Sorry, I didn't know. My bad. Like, sorry."
That's how it was with my flip phone, man. Because you hit that button, and then like a weird.
Well, we know.
It was like an Earth graphic.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, close that shit.
Yeah, it's got the little thing. Verizon Wireless. It's like stop it before it gets to the end.
Like, my mom will kill me.
That's 75 cents a minute.
Actually, real quick before we move on to the next. Yeah, that reminds me of this story. It was the Royal Rumble 2005. I think it's when Kurt Angle won and Taker came out afterwards. So that pay-per-view I watched, not because I was allowed to watch it, but because I was fucking around. We had that was back when like the cable boxes were big and they could see. So I was like watching like the.
Oh my god! I know this is going.
I accidentally hit buy, and it's my parents' fault. They didn't have a PIN password. So I accidentally just bought it, not even meaning to. I was like literally trying to read like the, just watching the pre-shit.
Yeah.
Accidentally bought it. And I was like, and my parents were at home. My sister was in the other room. And I hit the button, like select, and it just bought. I was like, oh, you have purchased. I was like, oh my God. And so then it started playing. Oh, fuck.
Good night.
And you're just like, I'm just going to sit here and watch
it.
I
ran into the other room. I told Emily, I was like, oh my God, I just bought this pay-per-view and I'm not allowed to do that. And she's like, hey, you didn't. I'm like, it's playing. Look, it's so-and-so versus so-and-so. I'm going to get, and then I went back and watched it.
There's this video on YouTube of this guy who I saw who bought WrestleMania 20 and he ended up buying it like 7 times. He didn't realize like how many times.
No.
God damn, that's $500.
It was like 7. Yo, the bill's like $700. His parents killed him. Like he was like, oh, I thought I beat the system. Like, Dad, how's the cable box gonna take money? And they're like, oh my God.
I thought I beat the system. See, luckily, I told my mom that dude was an accident. She believed me, so I didn't get in trouble. Right. But plus, people love me. It's fine.
I mean, $50. I wouldn't be mad at $50. I'll be pissed at like $700.
Yeah. That's when you. That's when I just take my child and just don't let him be alive anymore. It's done.
Don't let him be alive.
Don't let him be alive.
You don't deserve to let him actually do that. Forget it.
All right. So we're at like the midway point.
Cruiserweight.
The Cruiserweight Open.
Yep.
Chavo, Mysterio, Kidman, Ultimo Dragon,
And a
Shannon
bunch of
Moore,
weird names.
this guy
Yeah.
behind
A
Chavo,
bunch of weird guys
Jamie
with
Noble,
weird names.
Tajiri, Nunzio, and Funaki. SmackDown's #1 announced.
I feel like this was just a filler match. It was a lot of fun, cool
Yeah.
match, cool spots, but
Nobody cared.
again, like, oh shit, that happened too. Like, you forgot about that.
Oh shit! I took a shot at AEW and have a question for Justin in my
Lord.
Nice.
in this. With the cruiserweight titles on the line in the middle of WrestleMania, this was a different time because nobody cares about it.
Yeah,
now.
I think it's gone now.
It's
Yeah,
gone.
they,
It's gone now.
Mello united it with the North American title.
Yes.
And this was when the cruiserweight titles actually kind of new because
Yeah.
they got that with WCW buyout, so it's still kind of new.
But it's crazy that Mysterio looks no different than he does today. Jimmy Noble was on fire for literally half the match.
Yeah,
I think
He
it's
was great.
crazy he's still with the company and had like a year run with Seth.
Yeah, was
Mysterio was still and still is very damn good. His Flash gear was pretty cool, even though I don't like Flash. Tajiri with the failed green mist spot was a good flashback because I remember the green mist all the fucking time.
yeah.
And I put with the help from Chavo Sr., Chavo steals the win over Mysterio.
Yep.
Pretty good match, actually. I dug that finish. I don't know why AEW did Chavo so bad. I'll ask Justin.
They fired him, right?
They did. Yeah, they got rid of him. Yeah.
And they got rid of him. I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Now, if Vince did that, he'd be in the electric chair. Like,
Well, Vince did do that.
no, he did not.
Obviously he fired Chavo at some point.
Yeah, but he probably explained to him
Why?
communicated. But anyways, that was just a cheap shot at AEW. I take them when I can. I take them when I can.
Shot at me too.
Dude, you should. No, I was just asking you the question.
Yeah.
That was a shot.
Well, both.
Dude, so our buddy Alex Benison, he's in UK. He watches soccer and shit.
Yeah, nobody cares
But
about
like
him.
he did a wrestling podcast that wasn't as good as ours, so they eventually shut it down. But
It's no
when
longer a
they-
thing. He doesn't do that anymore.
No, they don't do it at all.
Oh,
we
wow.
ran them out of business, even overseas.
I didn't know that.
We get more viewers over there than they do.
Wait, who ran him out of business? Like, what happened?
We did. They sucked. We're good. I mean, that's the end.
I
of it.
like Alex. I liked armchair
I liked
wrestling.
them. I didn't like it, but like the one guy.
Yeah, I heard of armchair.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, well, it's gone now. Now it's just like a step stool. It steps up to RSH. But
It's like a Revolutionary War.
there's one guy, the KC guy. So like I'd comment on shit on Facebook. Like if they put like Sean Spears unhappy with AEW role, I'd put like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. This is left the mid card just to be booked worse. Because I think he just lost to Punk in like 8 seconds, like 2 weeks ago, right? And like I'd always comment on it, and like he'd send me like a paragraph, like, you don't gotta fucking comment on everything AEW posts and be negative about it. And I was like, that's what I do.
Negative Nancy.
Yeah,
Why?
You got
Like,
this guy, well,
so-
listen, this guy, it's like house caught on fire, family loses life earnings. He comments good, like, and then wonders why he gets
Wow.
reported on Facebook. And I'm the bad
Facebook
guy
jail.
for talking shit about AEW.
It's
like,
called dark humor.
no, it's like tornado goes down downtown Dayton. That's what you get. It's like, dude,
To be fair, downtown Dayton sucks.
Oh
All right.
my
Yeah, see,
God. Oh my God.
and it's like, wife gets hit by car going to wedding. That's what she deserves. It's like that's him.
I mean,
But then people come at me like, you
That
gotta be an
context.
AEW hater.
you can talk. You can talk all this. You can talk all this shit you want. Like, if I don't like the comment and I see it's too much, and I see even on Nerds of Wrestling, if I see people commenting, like fighting, calling each other names, your whole comment and that whole thread is gone. Like, stop fighting. I don't want to. I don't want this on here.
I just comment on random like shit
Yeah.
that I see. Like I'd be like, oh, Kenny Omega's the greatest wrestler of all time. And I was like, yeah, and I'm the prettiest diva in WWE. And then people like laugh at it and get pissed off at it. Then I'll get DMs like, you are kind of cute. I've got some weird DMs.
That's a weird game about it.
This girl offered me $500 a week to be her,
Ew, God.
Sugar baby.
sugar daddy on
Sugar
Twitter.
daddy.
I'll do
Ew,
it. I'll
Did you
do
God.
take it?
I would. I would
Then
have.
this girl randomly added me on Snapchat and told me she was very horny and started sending me
Oh
videos
my
of herself.
God.
And said, if you want the rest, $39.99. I said,
Ah.
I don't need the rest. I
That's
just
how
got
they
this
get
for
Ew,
free.
God.
I pissed
That's how
her.
they get you.
Look, I pissed her off so bad she blocked me.
Nice.
Normally I block them, but anyway,
Was she hot?
neither here or there. Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
my
I mean,
God.
I still got them in my phone somewhere.
We don't need to know.
I, mean,
All right,
I got some
something-
videos like that too. We all did.
All right, something that I don't have in my phone somewhere is pictures of this fucking clusterfuck of a match.
That was so
which I
bad.
did not
It was
remember
bad,
it was
yeah.
that bad
Yeah.
until I watched it Sunday night.
Took
I remember
forever
it being really bad, and it did. It's exactly how I remembered it. It was bad.
Yeah,
It
you
took
said this
forever.
last week. You're like, that match is going to be rough to watch.
It took forever to start. Like it was.
I didn't.
It was weird.
This was the one match that everybody was waiting for, and everyone was so excited for, and everyone was just like, "What the hell was that?"
So,
Exactly.
like, was Stone Cold being involved just like the last chance ploy of making the fans not hate this?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Like
It was rough.
they really wanted, because I think people always wanted to see Austin and Goldberg because Goldberg had the WCW war and Austin
it was
vice
the two
versa.
biggest guys in each
Right.
company. I remember when they were at war, I was like, dude, I'd kill to watch
Sure.
them two fight.
Yep.
I want to see the NWO fight DX.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Sting and Taker. Like, I want to see all that
Yep.
shit.
Just,
But-
it was a weird match. Like it didn't.
It was horrible.
It was.
Brock
Every
was
time
young,
Brock hit a spot, they boo.
but they knew he was
and
leaving.
then-
I enjoyed
Yeah.
them booing Brock. I would do the same thing.
I thought it was bad. I didn't really have much else.
I didn't.
I kind of zoned out. I think I went and pissed during this.
I mean, for the names involved, it was super fucking boring and clunky.
Yeah.
It was.
And like even Austin could have saved that. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it was. I don't want. It was a boring match, bad match. I wasn't a fan of it at all. Even at the time when I watched it, when I first got introduced to wrestling, I was like, this is really bad.
It was
Why-
rough.
Why?
Austin got his vintage, his
He did.
stunner
He did his
on
thing.
Goldberg, which is actually a pretty decent
It
picture.
was pretty cool.
And I remember a while back, not a while back, but I guess it was a while back. But leading up
Yeah.
to this match, I remember on Raw, Goldberg accidentally speared Stone Cold,
Yeah.
and Goldberg was like, it was an accident, and Austin was like, that's cool, but I'll get you back. So we knew that was coming. So as a 15-year-old, I'm like, Goldberg, why are you drinking beer with him? You know he's going to give you a stunner because he speared him on accident last week.
You legit didn't even write anything down for it?
I did. It's right here. But I'm not reading.
Why won't you read
I don't
it?
write
I
anything
am
down.
reading it. It's just
Go ahead.
These writers
What did
over
you
here.
think about it?
nothing really. I like the fans booing Brock, like I said, because I
I do too.
I
She's
don't-
holding,
I
she's
don't
holding
like
a grudge because at day one, they changed that shit up, right? And the RSH title's on the line. She had Seth winning. So if
besides that,
look,
Mario,
if
besides
if
that,
they don't alter that, she's gonna win the belt for me clean.
Right.
They alter it, so we're in a text group together, and I was like, "Do you guys want to change your pick now?"
well,
And I had KO, he had KO, she had Seth, and we were all like, "No, we'll just roll with it."
Because it was so random. Why would they have him winning? They literally just threw him in
But,
the last
but then
minute.
Brock wins,
But
and then
that's-
she's
but
like,
that's not the
"I
only-
hate Brock Lesnar."
but that's not
And
the
then
only
she comes
grudge,
on the
no,
show next week all
no.
pissed off.
All pissed
Del
off.
Rio, that was one of the reasons.
That was one of the reasons.
Are you sure?
That's why.
Del Rio, that's not the
That
only
gold jersey
reason.
person.
He eliminated my favorite wrestler, Randy Orton, in St. Louis in the Rumble.
Well, let's not forget when he
That
beat the
happened
fuck out of
after.
Randy Orton at SummerSlam 2016.
Well, I've never,
That was a disappointment.
Wait, were you guys there at the Rumble?
Yeah.
we were. Yep,
We were in St. Louis.
we were.
No shit. Oh yeah, I think I remember you guys telling me that.
We
How
were above the Titantron.
Yep.
how crazy did that crowd go with Seth Rollins coming out to the Shield?
Oh, it
Loved
popped.
it.
It popped.
Blew
it
up.
popped big time.
It couldn't have, like, Roman coming out first, the crowd popped.
Blew,
They popped, then they booed. And then Seth coming out,
blew
The
up.
Shield.
and then when they noticed where he was at,
I got excited.
they fucking, like, we all marked out. Everybody freaked the fuck out.
Can you imagine him having like the blonde hair streak in his hair?
Oh, yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
better.
Yes.
Yeah,
That would have been. But hey, him coming out to the Shield through the crowd and having his original attire was perfect.
It
I
was
was like,
cool.
hey, that was
Who
cool.
had the biggest pop that was, like, surprising? It was, like, the most
Mysterio.
random. Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Rey
Got
Mysterio.
the biggest
Rey
pop
Mysterio.
of the night.
He
easily,
did. He did.
easily. And I'm not a Mysterio fan. I hate Mysterio. I
Like,
hate
when
him,
he
but
came out in the Rumble,
Blew up.
a fucking roof blew off the place.
It was
Like, holy
crazy.
shit.
He went nuts.
Him and Rousey. Rousey
Yeah,
was probably the
Rousey was
biggest
big.
pop
That was
in the
Rousey.
women's.
Well, we all knew Rousey was gonna come back.
You know who
that
they
night,
fucking hate? Charlotte.
of
That's a big
course.
dude.
They
How
have-
about Shane? Did Shane get a pop?
Shane got a nice
Oh,
pop.
I don't remember.
Shane got a pop.
Yeah. I mean, I
Well,
probably
just think,
popped.
we had
It's
drank
Shane.
like all day.
Yeah.
He,
You know
he,
what match had? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. He also like wrote himself in the back, like to
Yeah,
put
yeah.
himself over, and
In
people
the
were
final
like, "What the
four,
hell?"
he threw out KO.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was bad.
I was
you-
so mad.
You know, what match had no energy at all, not good or bad.
It
Becky
was-
Lynch versus
Dewdrop.
Dewdrop. There
That
was
was
no
sad.
reaction.
So,
was
like,
sad.
all the matches, I feel like everybody picked that one to go like piss and
Yeah.
get more out and get
That's
beer
sad,
or
too.
drink.
Is that what you guys did?
No.
No, I sat there. I already almost fell earlier, so I set my ass down and stayed.
Yeah.
I injured my
That was
elbow
a pretty
sitting
good
down.
event,
so.
but the men's rumble with Brock coming out, I just felt like wasn't necessary.
It was
to have.
gross.
Nobody really cared about Brock, but Rey
Nobody
Mysterio.
ever
Rey
did.
Mysterio was the biggest pop of the night
He
by
was.
hands down.
He was.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, I remember watching it, and I remember like being like, "Brock's
so
going over tonight.
like-
Brock's winning."
We go to this little place
Yep.
by our hotel, which we ate at earlier, but like
Mhm.
everybody else, like we tried to go to Hooters. busy as fuck.
That's when we met Corbin. Was after.
Yeah,
the
we
Rumble.
met
Yeah, we
Corbin
did,
after
after
the
the
Rumble
We
at
did.
this little bar and grill place by our hotel. He was just hanging out drinking with a couple of his buddies, and this one guy was like, "That's Corbin. He's a wrestler." And we all had our RSH shit on. They're like, "Yeah." And our buddy Bennett was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go talk to him. Worst thing he can tell me is to fuck off."
Right.
He goes over there, brings him over.
He
He's
talks,
like, "Y'all
yeah.
Drake." And then we start talking about it, like,
Yeah.
"Man, dude, like you're a great worker." You know,
we really like
and we're
that.
like breaking down wrestling legit to him. And he's like, "Dude, I like fans that actually don't buy into the internet bullshit and actually know what they're talking about."
Right.
Yeah, I watch AEW. He's like, "Yeah, I wish some shit they tell me to do is stupid." He's like, "But I make it work. It's my job. So I make a lot of fucking money and my bar bills are too big." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
I got an autograph
Then we
from him
had,
too.
yeah, he
Nice.
autographed some shit. He took a picture
Yep.
with us. He said he's coming on the show.
I
but
haven't
he
heard from him
lied.
since.
But
I haven't heard
whatever.
from him since.
He liked our RSH
I'll
poster
hit up
I made,
Tyson
so
Kidd and ask him what Corbin's been doing because
Yeah.
he's left us high and
Yep.
dry.
He'll come back.
I made a Del Rio. I made a RSH poster with all of our Twitters and stuff. It's on our Twitter. I
I'll
showed
go
it.
check it out.
Yeah, so we're
Loved it.
taking a
He
picture with
loved it.
Corbin, and this drunk fuck jumps in front of me and like poses in front of me. So like in our picture,
That's not
you can
how
see,
it happened.
You can see half my face, but
I was
it's-
on the good side. I was.
Chuck-
I would
That's
have been
how
so mad.
That's
Chuck's
not
like,
how it
"Fuck."
happened.
So she prints the pictures out.
I thought he was closer.
And I
to
look
Corbin.
at it, and I'm like, "Where am I? Oh, there's Ben or there's Chuck right in front of Corbin. He's all happy, like
I thought
I'm
you were.
just sitting back there.
I
like,
thought you were closer. I was trying to be out of
so
the way.
I'm kind of in the picture.
You see half your face.
Kind of not.
I would have been pissed. I'd have been
Dawn's
like,
up
bro.
next to him with her arm around him, like, "Hey, it's
And
my
I
dude."
thought you were doing the same thing.
No, I was.
I had the best spot.
I thought you
Poor
were
Joe.
closer than what you were. That's what happened.
Anyways, we're going to transition to something Chuck knows a lot about.
I'll
Hair
talk
versus
about-
hair match.
Okay, this was-
Easy, easy.
I got pissed off because I just remember that.
this will be something to talk about.
Hey, to be fair, tomorrow I'm going to Great Clips after work. I'm getting a 2 buzz all the way off, beard clean shave. So I'll be
You-
right
I was
there.
What are you
say-
shaving your beard off for?
Because I like have this huge part that won't grow,
Ah.
and I need to
Ew.
fucking clean
You
shave.
need to
I got you.
shave.
Fair enough.
I can
But
do
anyways,
that.
Molly Holly has got balls.
She did. She got
That was
balls.
reminiscent of the 2007 Austin, hair versus hair match with Vince and Trump. That's what reminded me of a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Can we just go back in time and make Trump lose?
Right? That'd been awesome.
I
Yeah.
put quick match. This was the case back in the day with the women matches. They barely got 3 minutes. An okay match, which results in Victoria winning, Molly running away. She even gets Victoria in the chair for a second, but
She tried
ultimately gets reversed. Victoria shaves her head.
Yeah, again, I feel like this is just a filler. Like, hey, just go out there. You guys have 5 minutes, have fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very glad that women's wrestling is not like.
I think
Yeah.
I think
This
both of
irrelevant
these
now.
I think both these women were ahead of their time because they would both if they were at that same
Oh,
time period
dude,
they would kill
if
it.
they
now.
were now,
Yep.
like Victoria
I love
versus
Victoria.
like fucking Bailey and shit.
Oh
like
my
that.
God, Victoria versus like Sasha Banks, banger.
Oh God, yeah.
Absolutely.
That'll be a banger.
I can't wait for Bailey and Asuka and Lacey Evans,
All
all
them to
those
come
fuckers
back.
to come back, and then like EO coming up.
She's overdue. Yeah, back in this time,
All
I
right, do
wasn't.
you have anything about
yeah,
the
I
women?
did. The back in this time, I wasn't a big fan of that women's wrestling. Thank God I wasn't. Just
Right.
Look at
Yeah, this is what
I
you
don't
don't
think anybody was.
so I put a hair.
Look at the barber; he's all into it.
He's like, what the
He's
heck?
like, I'm gonna get it.
I put a hair versus hair match, an interesting match. As a woman, I'd never want to lose my hair. Just saying. Quotation mark. Molly Holly dominated most of the
Oh my
match.
God.
Victoria, her finisher, Widow's Teeth, ended it all by Molly's hair! Explanation point. And her running away.
I had one issue.
That was it.
So Victoria's music hits, and it's kind of like a DL version of that Tattoo song. All the things she said.
I like
I was
to.
waiting for that song to
Yes.
pop because that was my shit back in the
That
day.
is
a good
Like
song.
her music was
So
a
I saw the
banger back.
to the
Like,
video.
oh, the thing she
and
said right at the, I was like,
Tattoo.
it was the same beat.
Her
Just like the
entrance was
words
different.
were like very
Yeah.
low, like maybe
Yeah, that was a dope one. I like that entrance one. I like her entrance video.
kind of had the rights to it, but like,
Not
not
yet.
enough to like turn
Yeah.
up the volume enough.
He knew it was popular enough, but you can't use the actual song,
Yeah,
so
was
he had
like,
to like.
He was like, I got to get Tattoo's permission.
we did see a hair versus hair match in WWE. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville when they were.
Yeah, we did.
And so
Who lost because they both have
Mandy-
long hair still.
Mandy did.
Oh, did she?
She lost. Yep.
She shave her head?
No, she had to cut her hair short
Ah,
Mandy did.
No, that's what she got. I got you. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
when their team broke up, and now she has
Shorter
kids
hair.
and all that.
She's
stuff.
hotter, in my opinion.
One thing, like this WrestleMania is
But it
going
was
to
a
have
good
like
match.
16 matches though.
Just 2 nights, man.
I
That's
know,
a lot.
but it wasn't that many. There was only 14 last year.
Did ring delay.
But like, yeah, I know. We're at my apartment anyway. That was
In the other women's match we talked about, I just put it was disgusting. I couldn't have.
Yeah,
words.
fuck that match.
It was gross. I put clothes on. You're not strippers. I literally went into detail
Dude,
about that. It was bad.
It is so hard
It
to
was
get
bad.
pictures for these. So that's the world's greatest tag team. That's the Basham brothers. That's Too Cool, and that's the APA. Pictures back in these days are hard to find on Google.
I bet.
And they're all SD.
But Too Cool won.
That was the other
There's
teams,
them dancing.
Too Cool.
That was no surprise. I mean,
Yeah.
they were over then, and I mean they weren't going to drop the titles that night. So that was an easy pick, an easy match for me. Good match.
I put the stink face spot is always a funny spot. I felt the APA was going to win because they seemed like they had momentum the whole match. I said it's kind of a lame way to end it, but they did emphasize Rikishi's ass a lot in the match.
That was
him
their thing
sitting
back
on
then.
somebody.
Yeah.
I guess would be how you'd end it, but I was like, it's okay. I mean, the tag team divisions both seem to be very emphasized back in these days, which made me give a little glimmer of hope Monday on Raw with how great that tag match was. That they're probably, hopefully they're sitting back, they're like, this can be really fucking good if we give it some time.
Like it used to be.
Like they legit got 49 minutes. So I was watching it
Jeez.
live and it's like 8:50. It's like, this is still the first match
Jeez.
tonight.
Absolutely.
And I didn't get bored with it either. Like all 6 men got their shit in.
They did.
Then they'd interact with another. I love the fact that you can tag in anybody too.
Sure.
But I don't know. It was all right.
I would love to see like this day and age, like the world's greatest tag team versus American Alpha back in like 2017.
Dude, American
Oh,
Alpha
tear
was
it down.
great. But
Yeah.
Chuck doesn't know who American Alpha was. He didn't watch NXT.
I do. It's Kurt Angle's son and
See, I knew he was going to say Kurt Angle.
Jason Jordan.
But like I'm watching this match and I'm looking at the rest of the cards. You got Kurt and Eddie, Taker and Kane, and the triple threat. And I'm like, just end. Like I'm impatiently like, I just
Right.
want to watch Kurt and Eddie. I just want to watch Kurt and Eddie.
I even put Rikishi uses his butt as a finisher. Gross. Not much.
that's what he did back then.
Oh,
That's
Rikishi
that's
had a much
disgusting.
fatter ass than Tori Wilson.
It was
I
gross.
This is a weird time for Rikishi because he actually turned like stone cold heel, and then he went back to being a face with these guys. It was like
Was he
it was a
heel or
weird turn.
face when he got thrown off the Hell in a Cell?
He was a heel back then. That was after he did it for Rock.
He
Then
wore.
I don't feel as
He
guilty.
wore a tight skirt with a big butt, and that's disgusting. Ugh,
All right,
that's hard to
so-
look. Whew.
I guess this had they kept hyping like 3 main events.
Yeah.
They did.
This one was first. Now,
phenomenal.
There's no way this match would not deliver.
It did. Sure did.
And there was even a thing backstage where Eddie was like fucking with Benoit, like, yeah, I don't believe in you, bro. And Benoit got all pissed off, and then
He
he's
did.
like, that's the fire I've been trying to light inside your ass. You're too nice, blah, blah, blah.
Right. He did.
And then this led to
I lie, I cheat, I
Shit.
steal.
Eddie won. He did the
did.
whole untie his shoe. He
Yep,
put
he
the ankle
did.
lock
That's what
on.
I put.
Shoe
yeah.
flips off.
Yep. Vintage Eddie Guerrero. Very good match. Very long match.
It was-
Excellent match.
What was it? I put 27-minute match. Don't see those very often. LOL. Match didn't disappoint. Physical and technical. Great action by the two of the best. I think I wrote fantastic match like 4 times in my comments. Eddie escapes with the boot, the vintage boot untied. He used that a lot. Maybe not then, but he used it a lot going
Mhm.
forward. Vintage Eddie, great match. Don't know what else you want me to say.
Right.
That was it.
He was like the only good guy character who really was able to use heel tactics
Yeah,
all
and
of the time.
and he still get cheered.
He
Like
did,
he got
yeah.
more over
He
because of
did.
it.
Yep.
I lie, I
Like
cheat,
even when he was
steal.
heel, it got over. Like people, it was so creative
Sure.
that people couldn't boo him.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Excellent match with Kurt and Eddie Guerrero.
Good.
It's really fucking loose. I mean, like the best part was like the boot came off during the ankle lock,
Yep.
Yep.
and then Eddie used the ropes to pin Kurt Angle. It's a twofer.
It was cool.
Like,
That was awesome.
Eddie gave no fucks. We
Good
did
shit,
That's what
man.
I had pretty much.
that was in 2004.
Overall,
It
what
was
you said.
good shit.
time.
We got the same notes.
Undertaker
That's
and
all right.
Kane.
Saves my voice.
This, guys, I remember loving because I remember watching for weeks the Undertaker taunting Kane, and I remember, I remember watching Kane bury the Undertaker. It was Taker versus McMahon in a buried alive match, and I was like, "Fuck Vince" at that time. Again, hated the bad guys, and then and I loved Kane at one point. He was my favorite wrestler, and so just to watch this happen for weeks on end. This is arguably one of the most memorable matches of a WrestleMania in my history. Just being so excited for the return of the Phenom, not the American Badass, but the Phenom. So this match, I mean, is what we all expected. Taker squash Kane, but like,
Right.
it was good shit. The build up, this story was better than the match itself.
I agree.
And that's okay.
I feel like most Taker shit was like that.
Yep, I agreed.
Yep.
I like the poster. That's why I use this one. It's like Gay's dead. So I thought
This match I did forget about, but I did like it when I watched it again.
It was good. I didn't have a lot.
I like Brothers of Destruction. That was one of my favorite tag teams. I like that.
I think it's funny when WWE puts matches like, oh, if they show up or are alive, LOL, but they book it. Obviously, Taker's going to be there, and obviously he's won. Kane was freaked out when Taker appeared. Good match. Vintage Taker Mania match. Tombstone. Great chemistry, obviously.
And that's what Kane was. Like every time that that dong dang,
right?
Dong dang, Kane acted afraid for weeks.
He did.
2 months actually building up to that. So like it was perfect.
It was a good WrestleMania build up and a great send off and a great match.
And it was the end of the American Badass, and it brought back, the original Undertaker, which
Phenom,
loved. Yeah, it was good.
Absolutely.
The main event. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is, we all know what happened with the Chris Benoit story. We know how that ends. But this match, man, I remember again this build up. I remember when Benoit came out to Raw the first time that the Royal Rumble winner chose a different brand to go on. And the match, you can't argue it.
You can't.
Like, dude, this is that music alone. That
it's like I
liked his entrance.
You get the feel good moment of Benoit winning the belt. You just got to ignore reality really for like a half hour.
Well,
These are the three best performers, three of the best in the history of professional wrestling.
Absolutely.
Said what he did is
100%.
Obviously horrible, but wrestling wise, and I mean just wrestling wise. This dude was legit. Great main event, very solid show. Emotional as fuck. This is how you end a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and think about this too. In 2004, Benoit was little. He was WCW mid card, and then when he comes out, man, and that's what I was saying. I was watching this shit. My wife came down. This was probably like 5 p.m. Just finished. I remember watching this shit back in the day, and how phenomenal it was because both these guys are mid card WCW. They're not going to go anywhere else. They're in the mid card and WCW guys. They come over to WWF, and they both are the first of the two people of their size to really get over and to really do what they did. And then they end this Mania both with titles. Eddie retained, Benoit got, and they end it with graffiti coming down to the ring. And then 1 short year later, Eddie dies. 3 short years later, Chris Benoit dies. And it's just like watching that moment then live. I didn't watch it live. I watched it a few days later. But, watching it at that time period, it's amazing. Watching it in 2022, it's still amazing. But also it kind of sucks.
But you just cry. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
It's rough.
And it's like, maybe if this one thing didn't happen, that one thing didn't happen, but it is what it is, and it's just like
shit happens, man. It's like you said, what the Chris Benoit did, disgusting, evil. You can't forgive what he did. But as a wrestler, man, he was the absolute best of what he did, and it was you can't argue with that. You can't argue with it.
Mental illness. Head injuries.
It's like easily the hardest episode of RSH we've ever done was that we decided to watch that Dark Side.
It was rough.
I watched it again the other day.
See, it's funny because she wasn't really a part. She wasn't. She'd pop on she was like a monthly guest at that point.
Monthly guest, yep.
But we watched it and like it was probably our short. It's like 42 minutes. We normally do an hour and a half. It was like 42 minutes. Like it was just too much. It's like because I remember I grew up on Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and I always wanted Chris Benoit to win.
Sure.
Like, he was always
the crippler crossface,
he always
man.
got there.
The Wolverine.
He kind of reminds you of like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he never got it's like you're there, but you're intercontinental title, like you're intercontinental champion. Like it's like fuck.
It sucks. Because like
he was 3 inches taller. He'd be world champion already. Like,
but then he beat Triple H and HBK in the same goddamn night.
He did. Yep.
It's like, dude, and like I even going back now, I know his name's a bad name, but like I still like going back and it's like rewatching all the shit I've been watching since I've been working from home, and it's just like I loved him back then. He had a submission match with The Rock on Raw one night. It was great. He was involved in so much good stuff.
Those gimmick matches they used to randomly do were great though.
Yeah, it was fun.
I've been randomly watching Raw Roulettes.
Yeah.
Like just because they were so out of the blue, like it's Bischoff's thing.
Yeah.
But like
you remember when he popped his stitches on live pay-per-view at WrestleMania 21 after the headbutt? I was like, Jesus, man.
I listened to his podcast. It's actually really good. 83 Weeks. He goes in depth with a lot of shit. That's where I stole the idea for the watch along shit that said they do a legit watch along. We used to do those back in the day. But watching an event and breaking it down. So we do it every month for whatever the upcoming pay-per-view is. We all pick our favorite and just go with it. But his podcast is really good. He talks about a bunch of crazy shit about WCW, what went on behind the scenes, why it really.
Sure.
Bischoff was way before his time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Believe that. But yeah, so that WrestleMania, it's bittersweet. WrestleMania 20 is because ending. It's a great ending. As Eddie and Chris, best friends in real life, they both got over in the main event of WWF, WWE, and it's
get the F out,
right,
Yeah.
awesome. But the tragedy that happened after it sucks because it's tainted now.
It is,
But it was such a great moment.
It's like when we were doing the Rumble breakdown, we're talking about people to win from number one. Like WWE.com doesn't list Benoit on there as winning from one. I didn't even remember. So I had to Google who's one from one. It's like Shawn and Edge. It's like I feel like there was one more. And it's like that's
Benoit.
And I get their side of that. He fucking killed his wife and kid. Yeah, fuck him. But it's just, it's just like I wouldn't talk bad about Chris Benoit. I never met the guy. I know what he did, but he's just the one guy. I'm like, it wasn't. It's a complicated story. I guess
it's a complicated situation. Yeah, it's hard to talk about.
But so that's just bittersweet WrestleMania. When you said you wanted to watch that one, I'm like, it's gonna make me cry. And sure enough, I was sitting there working. I stopped working, just watching that graffiti. I'm like watching that match and watching Chris Benoit do Chris Benoit things and watching Eddie Guerrero do Eddie Guerrero things. I'm like,
seeing Eddie Guerrero just come in, I'm proud of you, that moment. You're like,
best friends, man. Best friends. That's nuts. So I was just like, fuck you a little bit for choosing that pay-per-view.
Imagine being there. Imagine being there in person. Imagine being there in person for that, ringside. That must have been
amazing.
Incredible.
They still have that memory,
I was there, front, just imagine I was there ringside, front row that night to see that in person. That'd be that's something that's you'll talk about for years.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Till the day you die. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's just our first Mania.
That's the first Mania. To be fair, that's the most controversial and probably the most
so as a woman,
emotional.
You would pick the controversial drama-filled WrestleMania.
Oh my God.
Hey, I tried.
But anyway, next week.
WrestleMania 22.
Ooh.
I picked this one.
So this is I'm not going to do the fucking picture.
Oh, I love this one.
Here's why
Big Show and Kane against Carlito. I was like,
Chris
Carlito and
Carlito.
I'm going to quit bashing these videos they make nowadays because when I watch these back,
they've always done it.
Ripley and Liv will probably be really good if they stay together for a while because I never would think that at WrestleMania, Chris Masters or Carlito
they were a tag team.
I know, but
I don't
remember.
Either.
But then when I watch the video package for this, I'm sure it's fine.
Sure.
So
this was my senior year in high school.
Oh, here we go. Back in 1998.
Back to his age.
And I picked this WrestleMania for a couple of reasons. One,
I was in 6th grade.
Did you drink a beer yet? No. So this was the first WrestleMania that I bought on my own and watched live. So this is it kind of holds a little dear to me. And it happened to be during the HBK Vince McMahon feud, which I fucking loved. HBK being my boy and the Vince being the ultimate heel. So that went on for months. So to see HBK get his in, loved it. And then it was Triple H versus John Cena. John Cena retains against Triple H. That was John Cena's big. It was a second Mania, but so and it happened to be the Mania that had all the faces across the arena, and it just because it was the first Mania that I bought on my own and watched live for the first time. It was dear in my heart, and the HBK Shawn Michaels I was really invested in at the time. So
you should have seen his face when I had HBK on my most overrated wrestlers.
I think he had John Cena on his.
Yeah, that's why.
But
also, you had Money in the Bank. Pictures are hard to come
yeah, buddy.
by.
Back when it was at Mania, and now it's on pay-per-view.
Was in it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Lashley, Hardy, Finlay, Flair, Rob Van Dam, Shelton. You had JBL with Jillian against Chris Benoit for the U.S.
Was this
title.
before or after the Boogeyman ripped that shit off her face?
I have no idea.
I think that was after.
After
this match is probably the best match of the night.
absolutely.
Edge and Mick Foley, hardcore.
Yep.
Speaking of the Boogeyman versus Charmel and Booker T in a handicap intergender match.
Shamrell was the worst.
You had Trish Stratus versus Mickey
That would've
James.
been
Great.
That was a banger, man. That match right there was
This
Trish
That's what
where-
started the women's division what it is now. That's what started
This
it.
is
Yep.
where
Right.
the Undertaker was supposed to lose his streak.
Yeah, it was.
Mark Henry told him no.
That'd be ridiculous.
I heard it on Busted Opens. They're talking about they do this Masters class thing on Sunday. Mark, they said, "What's like one thing where you refuse to do?" He's like, "I told Undertaker, no, I am not beating you. I'm not going to be that guy."
Sure.
Which makes it funny because Brock don't give a fuck. He's like, "It's
I'll
probably
do
like,
it.
hey, I'm going to beat Taker." He's like, "All right."
I got a mohawk. I'll do it.
That's
Whatever.
Brock Lesnar.
Then-
Wait,
the
Brock?
Triple
I mean, that's crazy that Henry was supposed to win at WrestleMania. Can you imagine if he won up? It's so random.
in a casket
Hey,
match,
to be
which is
fair-
Undertaker's like specialty.
It
Right.
is,
And I
yeah.
think this was like really, they didn't really make a big deal about that streak until like right around now. Like
Yeah.
I remember the next year it became kind of a big deal.
I think now they just realize, oh shit, he hasn't lost.
Right.
We can
Yeah,
make
at
fun of
20
him.
at
Yeah.
23 when he was wrestling Batista, they're like,
That's
oh
when it-
shit, like yeah, this is like where it starts to skyrocket.
Right. That's when it became a thing. Like right now, this match is when they started talking about it. And
Right.
And Shawn versus Vince.
love this match. I've watched it
And
probably.
Shane was with Vince.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find a picture with Shane in it.
I've
But
watched this match literally 7 or 8 times, dude, and I love it every time. HBK handcuffs Shane to the ropes and beats the fuck out of him with the kendo stick.
Lord.
And again, I was very invested, and they just, the man's tortured HBK for weeks, months,
Right.
including Marty Jannetty. They brought him in for one night. Like, it was great.
No, that was a fun match.
It was.
match placement in this one threw me off. Then you got
Yeah.
Angle, Mysterio, Orton.
Yep.
All right, Randy Orton.
And then you follow this up
There we
with
go.
the Playboy pillow fight with
Yeah.
Candice LeRae
I
and
had
Tori
that
Wilson.
comment for
Yeah.
Or
that. too,
Candice
yeah.
Michelle,
Yeah.
which
You know.
segues into the main event, which
Yeah.
is John Cena versus Triple H.
Oh,
Great.
boy.
And I remember this feud too. I remember, if you guys remember back watching, I think December time, when they did the Saturday night main event for the first time in a while. They had John Cena team with Triple H.
Yep.
That really set the stage for their feud.
Ooh, that match, bro. I remember that match you're talking about. That match was so. I remember everyone was hitting each other with like the opposite moves
Yep.
or something.
was
That was a fun match.
I was a senior in high school, so I was at a friend's house where they had a party. I'm like, you know what, guys, we're gonna watch Saturday Night Main Event, and they're like, no, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, no, fuck you, and I made them turn the TV on, and so I watched that match, and all these guys were like, what is this? I'm like, you guys can suck it, and that's this whole time period. I just don't, I'll never forget.
I would love to come on the show next week and talk about this. I love this, man. I love this pay-per-view.
It's good. It's very good.
That works. Then I can bitch about AEW again.
Oh, God.
And then in 2 weeks, we're doing 31.
Oh god.
That's my pick.
That's
John's.
good.
Yeah.
You guys are killing me, man. I gotta come on these shows to talk about these. These are my favorite WrestleMania.
Even though 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, they're all in
4,
AEW.
5, 6. The only people
besides
on
two.
this poster left is the main event for this year's
It
WrestleMania.
is.
That is.
So,
And they're
they're
buying
either-
each other.
Gone or an AEW.
Yeah,
If y'all want to bring me on for the next 2 weeks, I'm down. I would love to come on and talk about these pay-per-views. They're my favorite ones.
With that.
Absolutely,
That
brother.
works. Then to recap, so this year's Mania is going to be the most stupendous. I think fucking Cruzy took a shot at it somewhere. The most, yeah, it is stupendous. You fucking asshole.
That's what he said. Is that what
No,
WB says?
Sarcastic.
Oh,
If John is still watching, man, shout out to John.
Yeah.
He's not watching.
I think he's actually coming over to watch it one night or
Oh,
something.
Jesus
We've talked
Christ.
about it.
All right. Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. So this is Sunday. It says it on the bottom. I'm going to try to get pictures where it actually tells you what night. It does. Saturday.
Okay.
The Mysterios versus Logan Paul, Chuck's favorite, and The Miz.
I know who he is.
Sunday, the women's triple threat match for the tag team titles.
This one was
Saturday,
up Sunday.
Drew versus our close and personal friend Baron
Yep.
Corbin.
Yep.
Saturday, Pat McAfee and Austin Theory.
Looking like Lucifer over here.
Wait,
Oh,
that says Saturday. Oh wait, never mind. That says Sat. Okay, never mind. You guys,
It
never
does.
mind.
I cheated.
Saturday
I saw
and
it on
Sunday.
the internet.
It must
This
be true.
match is Sunday, I think. It's AJ
That's
Styles
gotta be
and Edge.
Sunday.
It has to be.
Then the KO show, which is Saturday,
Yep.
That makes sense.
where Stone Cold will be on. That might kick off
It
the
could.
show. That's
I
either
heard.
off or middle.
Yeah,
I heard that
I'd
was supposed to kick off the show and then end the night one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Oh,
Alright.
kick off and end. So
Yeah.
maybe they'll kick off with the KO show and end with the actual match.
Yes.
All right,
That'd be amazing.
I dig that.
That'd
And
be
then
awesome.
Becky and
Becky.
Bianca, which is going to be. I honestly think Bianca's going to beat her in like 8, like shorter time than Becky won. I think Bianca's literally going to like hit
Going
her
there,
real
dinner.
quick. Yep, and they're going to feud throughout the summer.
I like that.
But Charlotte and Ronda,
Josh,
Ooh.
Couldn't care less.
Brock and
Yeah.
Roman,
That'll be good.
that'd be good.
the biggest main event in history.
I mean, I want to go that far.
We'll see.
Well, sure.
And there's the logo. And then if we get lucky, Veer will be there.
Maybe he'll show up.
And then Chuck's
Maybe.
close and personal favorite.
This is back before.
Yeah, so Chuck called out MVP, and MVP
No,
responded.
I called out Bobby Lashley for stealing the Godfather's fucking entrance.
You tagged MVP in it.
Well, he's his manager. We're going to tag him.
A minute.
So I keep that. I keep this.
Wait, so Chuck, he called you an idiot?
Yeah.
you sure
And what
did.
I
was
would be like,
response to
MVP
that?
called me an idiot.
Oh,
I'll
dude,
be- I'll be
you
tell
done.
me.
The next day, he's tweeting at him again.
Yes.
Like, hey, MVP. Fuck you.
He responded again.
What was Chuck's comment?
No, but Bobby Lashley came out with a bunch of scandally fucking looking women. You can't tell me it ain't the
No.
Godfather's entrance.
The best part is
Yeah.
his response
Yeah.
to MVP is,
Yeah.
I am.
I am an
I
idiot.
just said yeah. But
It was great. I get on Twitter and I'm like, why is the RSH getting tagged? Like MVP. And Chuck started internet beef with him. And
hey
like,
man, don't steal Godfather's fucking entrance. That's all I'm saying.
You get
Oh
caught.
my god,
Fucking who does he think he is?
I'm done with you, bro. That is funny. That is awesome. You got called out by MVP. Like, hey, you could just die happy now.
RSH account's famous now. Like, we're blocked by the King, Zack Ryder,
The king.
Ryan Satin blocked us, Xavier Woods blocked us.
That's
Like,
Jesus.
I'm trying to get the AEW like official Twitter to block us, but they won't do it yet.
Oh, Lord.
All right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the show.
I didn't.
Me neither.
Tough nubs on you.
Show
I
sucks.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
No, Rio,
Well, I'm
thank
glad
for
you
coming
did.
on.
Because if our fans are still watching, they don't enjoy it. It's on them because we're 2 hours in and they're still watching. So
That's their problem.
Kind
Like
of
the
on
last 2 weeks, we've been so energetic. for
We
some
have.
reason.
Yeah, we have.
it's the booze on my part. So meet us back here next week, same time, same place,
Yeah.
6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about WrestleMania 22.
With
I
Del
think,
Rio again.
I
Yeah.
think Justin Del Rio, not to be confused with the other Del Rio, from Nerds of Wrestling.
That's okay.
Maybe
the other
join
Del
us.
Rio will be in AEW soon, and we'll have to hear them talk about like, oh yeah, everybody
prison.
deserves a 5th
Don't
chance.
make this Del Rio puke on the show.
Right, facts.
So until next time, guys, keep enjoying wrestling. Be here next week and continue to
Yep.
fear regularly scheduled hostilities.